Friday. I don't actually know how much light we have, so let's take a look, shall we? It's not that bad. I mean, you can still definitely see it on me, but it's darker in this area. It's more so when I, like, go to other monitors or go to other screens where, like, the gray background will be an issue. I'm gonna turn this down, but I think I'll just leave it there for a while while we chill. This is going to be the most chill BH Ultra stream. I know I'm very normally off the wall and all over the place, and just very hyperactive and excited, or just annoying. But I need this caffeine, so hold on. Let me give you the timeline of events. Like I do with all my videos, plan on releasing June's video the very end of June, the last day of June. The video has been done 4 days. What I've been doing over the last couple days is trying to render and export it. And for whatever reason, I guess I just have it poorly optimized, which is on me, I suppose. It took forever. So, on yesterday's stream, when we tried to do the universe mode, I don't know if it was specifically like a Streamlabs thing, or if it was... The last time that happened, the exact thing also happened on a different wrestling pay-per-view, where we tried to stream at the same time I was exporting something, and I was exporting something at the time yesterday, but now it took forever. I'm trying to go one at a time, so that stream was a complete wash, but it still counts as streaming that day. I'm keeping my promise and streaming the days. I have to watch my mom's dog July 22nd and 23rd. I don't know if I'll be able to stream. Maybe I'll just like pre-record stuff, because by then I won't have the camera. Like sometime early July, I'm not gonna have the camera, not gonna have a camera, so I'm gonna beanbag it up like crazy. I don't even need to sit in this chair. I don't need the lights. I can wear whatever I want and just play the game. That'll be sick. And mostly Pikmin in July, but last night and yesterday it was becoming increasingly clear that the video was not going to finish rendering or uploading before I went to bed. So I elected to, because it was the final day and I need to get it done. The video is done. It's been done. I elected to just stay up. So yesterday when you saw me, I woke up a couple hours before that stream at like 10 or something. I have not slept since then. So the last time you saw me, I haven't slept yet. So this is me now. I'm still running off of that, you know, going for 24. We've hit 24 hours now, I think. Or I have. So I stayed up, making sure the video got exported, because it's not just a matter of waiting for it to render. It was so annoying, and it's just a Premiere thing, or it's just an editing thing in general that's so heartbreaking, is that you can render something for 2 hours, and then you'll just go over to your computer, and it'll be like, oh, compiling error, the render, like, the final time code of the render will be, like, 2:26:27, and it'll be like, oh, we found an error at frame 2:26:26, and we can't render any of it. The entire file is corrupted now. So I had to split the video into fourths, render those individually, and then export them together. And it is a long video. But now, probably because of how big the video is, last night, like, late last night, but not like 5 a.m. It was like 2 a.m. or something. It started uploading, and I was like, oh, sick, this will probably be done in the morning. It's like over 4 hours, and I need to watch it, and the YouTube system needs to check it to make sure there's no copyright stuff, because if there is, I need to do something to fix it. But at this point, I think the video is going to get claimed anyway. There's really nothing I can do, and I just want the video out. Like with all my videos, the reason I kind of just let them claim shit and let companies walk all over me is because I would rather just have my video out, you know, than like compromise it for that. After the fact, like maybe a year down the line, I'll be like, all right, let's combat this, or let's cut this out, or whatever. But with the video right now, I just want people to see it. And this video was supposed to be, I've said this before, the filler video, or a filler video, because September, October, and November, I normally take a month to write each video, and I write them the month before. So say if a video comes out at the end of July, I will I will write it in June, film it end of June, beginning of July, and spend all of July editing it and getting it out by the end of the month. That's my schedule. And it's always been like that. But I knew the September, October, November videos that I have planned. Well, I had planned. I'm still planning on doing the October and November ones. But the October one, because I scrapped the September idea, and the October one is seeming to expand at an alarming rate. So I may need to push that back to November and just do another filler thing. Man, what happened yesterday? YouTube restream being whack. Yeah, I was trying to render a video. And that's why I've been up for, let's see, if 10 is 24 hours, then it's been 11, 12, 1. It's been 27 hours for me. I'm running off 27 hours. I'm sipping down caffeine. So this is going to be a very chill stream. If I pass out, I don't know. Spam a sound effect if you can. I need to get all these ready ahead of time.
That's the truth.
There we go. Sorry. What was I saying? I forget what I was saying. So the video was, can you stop? The video, my plan, right, and I did do it, is to give myself multiple months, like 2 months at least, to write November, October, September. So moving back, for November, I would need October, September. For October, I would need August, July. And September, I would need June and May. So what I did was I started doubling up videos. I wrote the April and May videos in the same month. And then I wrote the July and August videos after that, so that I would have extra time to write the other stuff. You'll notice that I did mention June, because I planned it out so that, like, okay, I won't write the June video, and I'll make it more, not improvisational, but like no script, or less script. I ended up, because I scrapped the September video, I gave myself more time to write parts of the June one, so I did. What are we doing today anyway, Chief? I don't know. Legitimately, I have no clue. And I'll get to that in a sec, but... So yeah, the video was supposed to be a filler one, so I was like, okay, I'll capture footage and just record myself naturally and then cut it down later. Because I didn't write the video, actually, I was like, oh, I won't write the video, I'll just write the in-betweens. But the in-betweens, when I cut them together, ended up being over an hour, and those are just supposed to be the transition, so I went... This video got away from me. But because I didn't write the other parts, it required a lot more editing, so this one's been very intensive. I don't know if you could tell, by the way, but I got that little bit there, and I got it here because also my razor stopped working. So I ordered a new one, but we're just gonna have to deal with scruff for a little while. It makes me look like I've been awake for way longer. A scam is calling me. Okay, so... June, what I did last year for June, because the June video last year was supposed to be the Izzy video, but I pushed it back because... it got bigger than I expected it to be. Not popularity-wise, just, like, scope. So, I did a filler video in June because I was stuck home for a little bit. And I went on, like, a break. Where I just did, like, oh, I'll just review everything I've seen so far this year, because I've been going out of my way to watch stuff. And I just won't script it, I'll just give my opinions. So I did that. And I was thinking, like, oh, I could do the same thing again this year, make it a tradition. But I like to coincide videos with stuff that's happening, especially if it's a specific year. So there are 2 things that are having anniversaries this year that I'm doing for October and November. Probably. I'm still planning on doing the November video, but if the October video... this October video is going to be like my fucking magnum opus, and I've wanted to make it for a very long time. So if it needs to bleed over into November, I'll do like a filler video in October. I'll talk about Underfist probably. I like Underfist, and not enough people talk about it. And it's evolved with 2008, my favorite year, I guess. So, and then with the first, like, big video of this new era, the Adult Swim video, I did to coincide with their 20th anniversary. So I plan on the June video, the filler video, just being like, oh, I'll talk about shows I watched or whatever. And I have this notes document on my phone of like 40 video ideas that I all want to do. And at like the very bottom, not the very bottom, but pretty low is like, oh, talk about Indiana Jones and how you liked it as a kid and why that is, like where it came from, why that stuff came out of nowhere. And I was like, oh shit, there's a new Indiana Jones movie coming out at the end of June, the last day of June. That would be the perfect opportunity to do that. So I was like, oh, I'll just capture footage from all the Indiana Jones, like, commercials and games and stuff and just do live commentary. But then I was like, oh, I also want to write stuff in between. And then the video just snowballed. So the Indiana Jones video, it is an Indiana Jones video. I'm just giving that away now, I'm telling you. It was supposed to go up today. I don't know if it'll be up tomorrow. I'm hoping. But now, because I had to stay up, I can't even see the movie today. I have to see it Sunday. Which leads us to yesterday's stream. I will now explain. I had been rendering and exporting the video for the entire day prior, after the Banjo stream. No, even during the Banjo stream I was doing that, I remember. And the rest of the day, I was like, I just need to export this, and the exporting was taking forever. The first, like, when it first gives an estimate, it says, like, how long it's gonna take. It said 38 hours, which is not true, but I was like, oh shit, well, that's not good. So during the stream yesterday, I think it has something to do with the files I was rendering going into a cloud, like a cloud instead of like actual files. So whenever I was trying to go live on Streamlabs, it says like, oh, files are still being backed up. Are you sure you want to go live? So the quality dipped. While I was running, it's not like super like 4K 60 frames per second, but it's a next-gen game running off of Steam while streaming and while exporting something. The quality dipped exponentially. And I think it is because Premiere was open, because that happened on a previous 2K23 stream. And then, while I was trying to fix everything, the power went out. Not in the house, but on this bottom floor I'm on. I, like, fucking split the breaker. And then, so that just meant my computer, and I have my charger stuff plugged in over there, and I had, like, my mini fridge, and all this monitor stuff, and I had 2 studio lights. I had a decent amount of stuff plugged in, but nothing, like, too bad. I wasn't, like, a fire hazard. It was just a decent amount. It was a lot of stuff. So then we just scrapped the stream altogether, and afterwards, everything, legitimately, like, the power went out again. I wasn't even streaming. So after that, I unplugged everything that was not this computer or these monitors. While I was sleeping, I could hear the ice in my mini fridge melting and like dripping, and it was annoying because that's how I couldn't leave it in. I needed all the power for this computer, and this has never happened, and it's not like this computer is like super more intensive than the other one I had at the other place. It's this place I'm living right now. For whatever reason, my power's gone out here just by doing normal stuff. And it's not like I have more stuff plugged in. I know I'm making excuses for myself, but it never happened anywhere else. I think it's just an area thing, which is whatever. Speaking of which, I think we need to decide what we're doing with our lease soon. So, who knows? I could be out of here. I got no backup plan. So, just like this stream, got no plan. Shit's falling apart. So, I unplugged everything that wasn't the computer and the monitors. I have an air purifier over here, and I have air conditioning. I don't know if you know this. I am on the East Coast, the Northeast, right? I'm in Northeast. I don't know if you know this. There was a fire in Canada, and this entire area is a mess. So while the video was exporting, I'm like, I need to get out of this room. I can't breathe, and it's way too fucking hot. So I decided to go outside where I could also not breathe, and it was also too hot. You could see it in the air. I thought it was fog at first. I'm like, oh, that's weird. It's fog and it's like sunny out. But no, it was smog. And then I was like, oh, that's fine, whatever. And then when I got home, because I just went to I walked to Subway and got food. When I came back, I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, my chest hurt. It hurt to breathe. So that's what it's like for me right now. But I stayed up all night and finally got the video finished. And then I was like, okay, time to export it. Or, sorry, time to upload it. So I put it in there. It was stuck on 0% for a while, but then it went to 1. I was like, okay, maybe like 1% every 20 minutes. So maybe in some hours, whatever. So I allowed myself to take a little nap, but I set an alarm for 2 hours after that because I wanted to check on it. And I do have to watch the video just to be sure that it's ready to go before I make it public. And it's like a 4-hour video. So when I went to check what the upload percentage is at, I noticed it was at 5. It had been hours. So that's not good. You want to know what the percent is right now? Mind you, I started uploading this at 2 a.m. last night. Or I guess this morning. The current upload is at 28%. Now, I'm no mathematician. I'm hoping the video will be ready by tomorrow, but if we're being on the conservative side, maybe not. And even if it is ready by tomorrow, if they're like, oh, it's blocked, you gotta do something, you gotta fix the video. If it gets claimed, I don't care. I'm already chalking this up to a loss. I'm not gonna make money on this video. It's fine. I just want the video out, you know? Whatever. But if it gets blocked, then we do have an issue. But, oh, now it's at 26. Did I say 26? It's at 28. I looked up why the upload speed was so slow. And, someone said it could be because of how big the file is. So I made a smaller one in a less frames per second. And that one's at 17. And I started that one way later. So I don't know if it's going faster. I'm currently planning on uploading the first one, or publishing the first one I uploaded, whenever it's done. However, if this second video is 100% and fully processed first, and then I'm going with that one. I don't think it's going to look that much worse. I just changed it from 60 frames per second to 30 frames per second, which honestly most people aren't going to notice, but there's just a lot of gameplay footage I captured. So that's where I've been. Everything in this room is unplugged except for the computer, and I have a camera plugged into the computer. I know it has nothing to do with uploading, but I need my computer's processing power to be at 100%, so I can't plug in a capture card. I don't want to plug in a video game or the TV. So right now, all I have is the computer and the camera, and this is the only thing connected to the internet. It's plugged into the router. So today's stream, I have nothing planned other than just hanging out here. And it's already almost been 20 minutes. I don't know if I could stall for 3, but I did ask some of my Discord mates, other creators and patrons and friends, if they wanted to be on stream. So I'm just going to hop in a call. Did you happen to be hit on the head with a bag of sugar as a child? You look so sweet. Thank you. I was in a very bad mood. Aw. Holy that would have immediately killed my mood. I'm too tired for this, man. I almost knocked my soda all over my keyboard. It's legit sitting next to my keyboard, and it got, like, that far. So because I'm too tired to carry this stream, and I'm running off of... I've been awake for 27 hours, I'm just gonna hop in a call, see who hops in it, and we'll figure out what this stream is on the fly. Thank you for that. Legit, I'm looking at I see it. You could play Minesweeper. I guess I could. I don't want to run any games off my computer, but no, you're right. I don't think that would be that too intensive. I could play Pac-Man on Google. My kind of soft plan was just to watch a bunch of videos, because I like doing streams where I like go down rabbit holes on the internet, and I haven't done that in a while because I've been focusing on my backlog, which is fine. But let's see who's awake right now. I am in a call. Everyone wait. Hey, who is this?
It's Switch 1E.
Hold on, Is my Discord quiet or are you quiet?
Okay, let me see.
Well, I just turned you up, but...
I just turned up my gain a little bit.
Okay. Well, guys, can we hear Switchy? Say something. Wait, let me... Was that it? Was the funny giggle, was that you're saying something?
That was just me giggling.
Alright. Kicking my feet up, twirling my hair.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, guys, this is Switchy. I don't know if you know, but this is the resident Total Drama guy on YouTube.com.
Yep. I thought you were the Total Drama guy, though.
Oh, no, I'll have you know I am the MatPat of Total Drama.
Dude, I felt bad when someone said that.
And people kept saying it. It wasn't just one person. It was,
oh, God.
I was egging them on, but I was like, that's a really funny thing to say. Have you seen that those, like, fake DMs that are, like, clearly a scam? And it's like, oh my god, Obama, or like, oh my god, Brendan Fraser, like, what's going on? And they just say, like, mummy, or they just say, like, one word. Hello, Peter, welcome to Fortnite. Like, people were saying MatPat of Total Drama, so I just said FNAF in the chat. It's like, it is me, I am MatPat. Freddy's, am I right? Did you see the new FNAF trailer?
Actually, I've not, no.
Let's watch that.
Let's do that.
I don't see why not. My only plan was just to watch stuff. Let me see. What's the percent at? All right, upload percent 28. The lesser one is now at 17. So it's catching up on it. It's coming up from the rear.
Cool.
Let me share my screen. Boom, 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 boom. We could talk about that video a little bit too. Is this the one? Yeah. Okay.
Let me hop in.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so let's watch this. I loaded YouTube in incognito mode, because I fell asleep watching a Nostalgia Critic playlist. So I watched hundreds of Nostalgia Critic videos, and now that's just my recommended.
That's like your entire recommended.
But I mean,
whenever.
Sorry, go ahead.
I keep talking. No, whenever I take screenshots of like YouTube pages for videos, I always do it in like incognito mode because I just don't want like my stupid recommended stuff to be in the screenshot.
I watch so much stuff as background noise or just let shit play because I don't like doing things in silence. So whenever I capture footage, there's always like, oh, Oni plays Best of Zach compilation on the right because I always just have them going on in the background.
Yeah. It
is interesting though to see YouTube homepage. Incognito, no specialization, and just see this is the front page of YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Animal emojis versus cavities.
Let's find out which animal will cause cavities. Gotcha! I can smell the Cajun spice!
Okay.
They're finger-licking
I see.
good. Honey bear!
Bro's liver working hard in the sweatshop employee.
As sweet as a bee.
This is what our children are being exposed to.
There's this like one TikTok guy that I don't know the terminology for this, but it's like he films himself at this like absurd absurd lens where everything's like so distorted, and you just like see like most of his face is just like his nose, and he just does like stuff with that, just like him looking ridiculous.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it exists. I don't...
Yeah.
Do you like... Whenever I see a picture of Mr. Beast now, and this is not an insult, but he doesn't look like a real person, because I've seen so many of these uncanny thumbnails of, like, his weird... If Mario was in Among Us. I guess this is, like, an interesting disconnect, where I never see any of this stuff.
No, me neither.
But I guess this is what YouTube is, like, showing people. And, like... do you remember ever watching like the YouTube Rewind and being like, who the fuck are any of these people?
I think I stopped watching it in like 2013, but yeah, no, I mean, no, that's one of the interesting things is that like I've heard people make this joke that like if you see someone with 1 million followers on Twitter, like you know who they are. They're like always like a celebrity. But like someone with like 1 million. But like someone with like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, you've like never heard of them before.
Forgot that I'm an incognito, so I still have ads. I should have a... Okay, never mind. Homeless man becomes... Oh, Darman! Homeless man becomes millionaire. What happens next?
Behind me is Natasha Moretti, who's playing the most beautiful music, and nobody's even stopping to listen.
Is this the homeless man?
Concerts are all...
Which one's the homeless man? Oh, that's the homeless man. Okay.
You were singing something.
Oh,
I also hate
that's just
autoplay.
a song I have stuck in my head. I'm sorry to
So is
bother
this
you.
like a skit?
not at all.
This guy makes like inspirational skits. He back in the day he made those videos of like, yeah,
so.
it's basically that. This one
It's
is
just like
homeless-
that like genre of, because I've seen like I like after SoFlo got like made fun of because he was like re-uploading people's stuff. I remember he started doing these obviously
Guys.
fake stunts where it's like, oh, we're what's the word? We're like spying on this girl's boyfriend to see if he's cheating on her, and then they see like the guy going with another girl, but it
Yeah.
turns out they're planning like the proposal, and it's like so obviously fake.
26 minutes of Karens versus kids.
Oh god.
See, like all this, I watched one video and it's still like not, like I guess this is. I mean, these are millions upon millions of views.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's kids, to be honest.
That makes sense. I feel like I'm on YouTube Kids now. It's weird that like this is just the front page of normal YouTube, but most of it, I mean, you have to assume that, well, okay, the thing people always said is that like, oh, kids watch the majority of YouTube because they have the most free time. But I feel like that's not true anymore.
It's not even necessarily free time, I think. I think it's just like
I paid a real
like
assassin
kids are a
for it.
reliable audience for what it's worth, at least for a lot of things. And I think they're just easy to kind of like interest in a certain way.
Like
you know
these
what
are
I mean?
definitely like what getting ready for prom. Like that's definitely for children.
Mhm.
And Sniper Wolf reacting to TikToks. That's all over the front. I guess they like her. Family Guy Season 10, Episode 6, Family Guy 2023, full on cuts 1080p.
That's something that surprises me, is that even nowadays you'll find on the front page like just straight up re-uploads of cartoons.
yeah,
I assume
it's
they would have
mostly
like
Family
really
Guy.
cut that down.
Donating 50,000 to stream with Mr. Beast Gaming, my favorite channel. What was I gonna say? Oh, Phase. Yeah, but people always use that as like, oh, well, you have to assume your audience is children because children watch the majority of YouTube, and maybe like late 2010s. At least it's even now, where you can't even be like, oh, kids are the only ones spending all their time on YouTube. But I feel like kids are spending the majority of their time on TikTok, and like everyone's spending the majority of their time on TikTok. But
Yeah.
TikTok has you stay on there because it's constant stimulation and thousands of videos. YouTube does it the opposite way, where it'll keep you on there for a long time because you watch long videos.
Yeah.
And I feel more often than not now, like everyone just watches long videos in the background of like doing other stuff. you know?
Exactly. And that's why sometimes I feel like when people kind of like do the whole like doom
Please.
posting, like, oh my god, kids have no
tell me.
people have
Your
no,
company
what's the word,
said yes?
attention span these days. Like they're like,
not one of-
I think a lot of it comes from like these like micro content platforms like YouTube Shorts or TikTok.
Let's go with
But at the same time, like
Technically.
5-10 years ago, you didn't have these
It's
like
American Idol.
several hour long
Why
freaking
don't you
like
tell us a little
video
bit about
essay
yourself?
things.
Yeah.
So I
That
think it,
being
like,
said,
there's-
though, even when I was a kid, like before the era of Subway Surfers beneath a video, I would still like watch cartoons on the TV while playing a game on my DS. Like I would do both at once. It might just be like an ADHD thing, but I even
I
back
really
then I
started
did
doing
multiple
that
things.
until I was like 16. I was like, wait, I can listen to like YouTube videos and play video games at the same time. What?
Before I started streaming legitimately for like probably a decade, I never listened to any audio from a video game. So when people ask me like, "Oh, do you like video game music or whatever?" Whenever I played a video game, I would put the TV on mute and listen to something
That's
else.
so funny.
So like I didn't know what a video game sounded like. And when you stream, it's the same thing with like dialogue in games. I would never read the dialogue. I'm just like, no, I just want to play the game. I don't care about any of this.
Interesting.
But upon streaming, like you kind of want to read the dialogue because it's engaging. And I played like Pokemon Fire Red, and which is a game I've played so many times. But like I actually read the NPC's dialogue, and I'm like, this is really charming and funny. I don't know why I never read any of this.
Yeah, I think that's one point. I think at least between like how you and I play video games, that's like very different. At least from what I gathered from your Portal video,
Yeah.
is that like I think you're very much a gameplay person.
Mhm.
Like dialogue usually gets in the way. At least like I'm like a huge JRPG person.
Right.
So like these very like indulgent like narrative video games with like hour-long cutscenes don't necessarily kind of like bore me.
Sure. The point I was trying to make was more so that dialogue isn't a replacement for gameplay, because I feel like it did come across like I said. I mean, I did say that cutscenes suck. I was exaggerating a little bit, but
yeah.
there are definitely some games where, like, as long as it's predominantly gameplay and I'm already excited for it, I don't mind it as much. Like, I'll watch the cutscenes in Bayonetta. I don't really care about them, but they're, like, silly and fine because you're immediately in the gameplay. Same thing with, like, I'm just watching a lot of old Smash speculation videos because I love that era. And I cannot wait for whatever new console comes out because I'm excited for that, too. But if there's like a potential new Smash game, I want to be on the front lines, you know? If there's a Smash game that gets announced and they're like, okay, the game's coming out in a year, I'm going to pivot my content for that year. I'm just going to become like a Smash guy. I want to host like a weekly show or whatever, just talk about everything, because I love that. I loved being a part of it, or at least in the comments and like lurking.
Yeah.
But, like Smash Bros, like I would love another story mode with that, even like if it does have dialogue, because I already love Smash Bros. I would just like to see the characters interact, but it's not a replacement for gameplay.
So much. I love Subspace with like all my heart, and that's like, you know, it's actually interesting. I think the first video I ever got that got over 100,000 views was when I was like in like 11th grade, and it was like Smash speculation stuff.
Really?
So, yeah.
For Ultimate, right?
Yeah, for Ultimate.
Nice. Well, what did you think? What were you saying?
So the one that got big, and honestly, it was a different time for me. I had a very different philosophy when writing. I was trying to be Donkey so hard.
Isn't everybody?
But it was basically, yeah, I know. I made it to like half, if not a little bit more than half, with all the DLC, because I predicted there was going to be like my number one prediction was like whatever new Fire Emblem protagonist was coming.
You were right.
And I ended up being right. I was right. I also predicted Rex, which is kind of half right because they end up doing Pyra and Mithra. So I got a few right, but yeah, no. I didn't make any money off of it because I wasn't monetized yet.
Did the video like blow up?
It got like 150,000 views, so
that's sick. That
is
actually really good.
It was my newest channel because I had an old channel back when I was in like middle school, and that kind of like peaked at like 1,500 subscribers. So then I made the second channel, and I think the time I uploaded that, I had like maybe like 700 subscribers, and it went up to like 1,500 just because of that video. So that was awesome.
Trying to find the clip. Yeah, like there's a lot of characters that, because I was in the speculation sphere, that I only know in context of speculation because they like showed up so often. Like the only reason I know about, I mean, you just said you like RPGs. The only reason I know Isaac from Golden Sun is because he was
yeah, same.
He was constantly there. And then the other day when I was watching the Nintendo Direct and Gino showed up in Super Mario RPG, I was like freaking out. I have never played Super Mario RPG, but I fucking know Gino.
I haven't played that game since I was 10. It's crazy, and
I want to play the remake. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks a little clunky just because like the mix of like how small they are compared to the art, but it's like charming. I'm so excited to play it.
I want to show you. I don't know if this has the. Oh, is someone here? Oh no, never mind. That was me. My bad. I was listening to myself. So this is I don't think it's. I think it's private now, because I just went back and did that to a bunch of my old videos. But when I was reacting to the Sora video, or the Sora release trailer, I like went back and watched our first ever video on the channel back when we were a group. We did like a podcast called The Boys Cast, and we just talked about like Smash speculation because Banjo was announced the day prior. Like the first podcast was just talking about E3. And this is wait, hold on, let me show you my screen. I think it might be a different screen now.
Yeah. It said you minimize your application.
This one. Well, this is the section from the Sora video, but just how much.
Oh, nice.
We.
Oh, dude, yeah, no. I like record my reaction to every Nintendo Direct.
Well, this isn't the reaction. These are all excerpts I found from our first ever video, the first podcast of just what we said about Smash speculation. It'll look like that. Okay, 360.
Did you really upload it in 360?
I think it's because the reaction video was like a stream.
There's two slots left. Who do you guys want for the last two slots?
Solaire.
Sora?
Solaire.
Sora? Exactly.
You say Sora?
I love
already
the
know what
face.
you're
I love the
saying. Say
picture.
it.
What?
Minecraft Steve.
Minecraft Steve.
Yeah,
That would be
get him in
hilarious.
there. All right, what about you, Chris?
I want another Xenoblade character.
Fuck off.
Elma, Mithra.
Elmo.
Who would I want?
And the second one is a character from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yes.
That'd be funny if Mike.
4 out of 5 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Like
wow,
of the
that's
5 things
impressive.
we said, that's pretty decent. And most of them were jokes, but I mean, the only one that was wrong was Solaire.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what, like, how Dark Souls would be represented in Smash, but I feel like it definitely could. Or it definitely should, at least.
Yeah, no, honestly, I used to think there were like lines, like boundaries that they're never gonna do. I mean, I thought that with like, I thought it was like you had to be on Nintendo consoles to do it, even though Snake was already in the game. But that was like when they did Cloud, I was like, okay, well that's.
But okay, the argument with those is that there has been a Metal Gear and a Final Fantasy
Yeah, that's
on
true.
Nintendo. Like they were NES games.
Yeah,
but-
that's true.
Joker, there had been a Shin Megami. Well, were there a Persona game on any Nintendo consoles prior to
I
Joker?
think the deal at first was like Shin Megami Tensei games go on Nintendo consoles, but Persona games go on like Sony consoles.
Okay.
But they're not doing that anymore. And actually,
Well-
there were still like 3DS Persona games.
Okay.
I don't know if there was one for Persona 5, but there was one for like that was like a fusion of Persona 4 and 3 or something.
So I don't know if there's ever been. I mean, had a Tekken game ever appeared on a Nintendo console?
I have no idea, to be honest.
I feel like Kazuya might be the first of like not been on a, because Joker wasn't, or I guess Persona was, so that doesn't count. But yeah, there's definitely like the only rule I think there is that there's no fourth party. Like they have to be a video game character.
Yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna cross that.
No, I don't want them to add Goku. I feel like that kind of ruins the whole video game thing.
But I never thought it was possible they were gonna do Steve. Like I like even when it was like about to happen, I was like thinking like they're not gonna do Steve.
Post Banjo, I was like pretty sure. I thought
Really?
like yeah, like maybe in like early 2010s, probably not. But the fact that it's a Microsoft company, like a brand
That's true.
owned by Microsoft, I was like, okay, well that it could happen.
And that's another thing is that like I feel like for a while there were like in the discussion sphere people would say, oh, they wouldn't do this character and like
Metal
this
Gear's
prop-
Twin Snakes
thi-
Tekken Tag
thi-
Tournament was on Wii U. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. This property would never let their character be used in like Smash Bros. They never let that happen. But I think that's like
why wouldn't you want your character in
exactly
Smash?
it's like, oh, Microsoft would never let Banjo be on a Nintendo console, but it's like, dude, I think the benefits like vastly outweigh the downsides in having like your character be in Smash Bros.
And some brands are still stingy about it. Like every Cloud skin is
Yeah.
just Cloud wearing a different shirt, and Sonic
Yeah.
is like different shades of blue, and Pac-Man never changes color aside from his armbands. But they could still have their character in Smash.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Square Enix is like notoriously protective of that kind of stuff, and that's why I think there's like so little Final Fantasy music in Smash Bros.
Well,
But-
they added more with Sephiroth, which I don't know if
Oh,
that
did
was
they?
the plan from the jump. Like they're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll add Cloud, we'll have 2 songs, and then because it's pretty widely accepted that Smash Ultimate was already in the planning stages around Smash 4's DLC, and like the theory is that Bayonetta didn't actually win the ballot because her code was already in the game. That the ballot was used to pick characters for Ultimate, which makes sense if you consider like, oh man, it's Ridley, it's K. Rool, it's Simon, Snake is back, Wolf
That's
is
true.
back.
Dude, I remember, so like after in 2015 when Lucas was revealed to return to Smash Bros. 4,
Mm-hmm.
I remember that day so well. I was freaking out because I'm a huge Earthbound Mother 3 fan.
Yeah.
So like, and I was like so sad he wasn't originally in the game. And after that, I like swore to myself to record every single reaction to like Nintendo Directs just in case something like that ever happened again.
Yeah. There's a lot of game series, like some people say they like love FNAF but have never actually played it. Like you can watch people or just consume other media. I love Mother 3, but I have never finished it. I have a reproduction
That's funny.
card.
Oh,
And-
nice.
There was a period of time too, like in Smash Speculation, where almost every character that had appeared in Smash in any capacity prior was a spirit, except there was no Porky spirit. So everyone was like, okay, something's up. Like what?
Oh yeah, I think I remember something like that.
Yeah. And there's
I
still
wish.
no Maya Jordan's. Yes, we're just talking about Smash. All right, should I? I'm just gonna. I don't think it matters. You know, because this is we got a slim, very, small audience of tightly knit fans. Nobody's gonna squeal, and even then, it doesn't matter. The video I have planned for October is basically just the entire history of like Smash Ultimate speculation.
Okay.
Because like you said, you remember the Lucas Day, so, like, specifically, I remember so much of that, like, in detail. And I'm at the portion now at the August Direct with Simon and K-Roll and stuff.
Oh, God.
And I was at work that day at the movie theater, and I remember propping up my phone, because you know when you're at a movie theater, there's, like, the soda machine next to the register?
Yeah.
And it's obscured by, like, the soda logos. I put it above the machine, but behind the logos, and hid an AirPod in my ear, and watched the Direct, like, over and over again while I was working.
Oh, God. That reminds me of another memory. This was back in 9th grade. So this was during the Smash 4 DLC kind of cycle. And I remember the day Bayonetta was revealed. I forgot who the other character was. I think it was Roy. I think it was Roy and Bayonetta.
And Ryu, right? Or Ryu was first.
Oh, no, then it wasn't Ryu. God, who came with Bayonetta? It was like a double...
was it Corrin?
Was it Corrin? It might have been Corrin.
Corrin.
So this is like early 2016. I was like, but I couldn't be at home for the Direct because I was staying after for like drama. Like there was like what's the word? Like auditions.
Oh.
So I had the audition, and the thing is, they kind of like, first of all, you can't access the school wireless from your phone, and also I think they have like a mechanism that kind of like quashes wireless. So I wasn't able to know. I think one of my friends, he had like maybe a VPN or something, so he was actually able to see it, and he like looked at me. He's like, "Hey, have you seen the Direct?" And I like straight up was like so tense. I'm like, "Do not tell me anything, or I will kill you." And this is like one of my best friends. And he's like, all right. And then I went home, and then I went on Nintendo.com. But I was spoiled it because the first thing that came on when I clicked the website was like I saw Bayonetta.
Dude, the August Direct day I just talked about, I went to bed. Like, I wanted to stay up to watch it and just stay up through work because, as you could tell by right now, I stay up a lot if I can.
For sure.
And I was like, no, I just zonked out eventually. And I was like, I'll watch the Direct when I wake up. I don't need to watch it live. Like, I have my YouTube notifications are off. I'll be fine, you know? And then I woke up and I was like, all right, time to watch the Direct. And I got a text from my current roommate, Logan, who's like one of my best friends. And he texted me and he's like, hey, Castlevania Simon Belmont's in Smash Bros. And I was like, okay, cool. Great. I mean, that's the first thing they show in the Direct, but I was like, damn it. Like, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
It's so much of that. And, like, speaking of auditions and stuff, like, my senior year was when, like, Smash Bros. Came out, and I had this group of, like, every guy in the show we were doing was very close, and we had, like, I mean, the boys cast, like, when we started as the boys, it was just me and, like, my 7 friends who were all the only guys in theater in our grade. Like, it was basically our group, and we just had a group chat that started to, like, tell each other when rehearsal was or whatever, and we just started making memes and, like, becoming really close. Yeah. And the boy's name, like, it's stuck with me now, but it was kind of ironic at the time, because I had never had, like, a predominant, like, male friend group. Like, I had, like, surrogate brothers or whatever, but I was always, like, one of the girls. Like, I still am like that. I like having girl friends who are girls.
Yeah.
And I've always been like that. I was as an effeminate boy, and I didn't like playing sports, so I would just, like, hang out with the girls at recess and talk about Wizards of Waverly Place or whatever. So like, that was like, oh, we're the boys, and that's what the boys cast came from. But yeah, during rehearsal and even during class, I would like prop my Switch up in my backpack and have it on the desk, and then hand people Joy-Cons, and I was so obsessed with Ultimate, I wanted to play it every hour. And then during rehearsal, I wish I still kept the paper, because I managed to convince like 30-something people in the cast to do like a tournament. So like in between, whenever people weren't on stage, I would find those 2 people and have them face off, and crowds would like gather of like other people, and it would get like hype, and people would be like screaming at each other. And then we made like a fake cardboard title belt and gave it to the winner. And it was like throughout the entire show, it was so much fun.
that's
And
great.
I miss that. I mean, like, and especially there's a lot of game. I like to play all the games that come out on stream that, like, mostly Nintendo games, but just games that seem interesting to me. But there's some games like the Sackboy game, or like they remade Kirby's Return to Dreamland, or they deluxed it, whatever that means. And those are, like, you can play those games by yourself, but they're kind of like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where, like, they're only really fun if you have 4 people to play with.
Dude, I'd actually disagree with what you just said about New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Okay.
Because the reason is mostly because I think because it's 2D and you're colliding with other people.
Yeah.
Like, it gets kind of
I'm not
hectic.
saying it's better. I'm saying it's more
Yeah, okay.
fun. because,
Yeah, no, because I remember hating it, and I think it was because I was playing with people who weren't good at the game.
Yeah.
But if you play with like someone else who's like good at Mario, it might be fun. But I was just
Mhm.
like, "Ugh."
Oh shit, I haven't been reading. Oh, hey Josh, sorry, I haven't been reading the fucking chat. Yo, love the new vid today. Oh, the new Smosh vid. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. I directed that one. I worked really hard on it.
Oh, nice, dude.
Thought the Coke was
Nice.
for Loco for a second. Earthbound Mother. Don't say that. Crazy Birth Month gift. Thank you, King. Everyone is Here trailer is still probably the most hype memory I have. Legitimately, like, this is gonna sound a little mean, okay? But I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Me and my friends would kind of, like, joke. I think most people joke about this. Joke about the term stimming. Like, be like, oh, and just do anything and be like, oh, I'm stimming, like, as a bit, because we hear it so often. And honestly, I feel like most people who say it on the internet don't actually, like, have that thing. They just say they're doing it. But then I look back on stuff, and I distinctly remember, like, when that trailer came out, and I couldn't, like, contain myself. I was running around the rooms and, like, flapping my arms around, and I didn't know why, but I was freaking out about the trailer. And even when, like, I finish videos and I'm like, that was really good, the same thing still happens, and I, like, snap and do this a lot. And I've noticed, too, where people will comment and be like, oh, man, it's distracting how much you adjust your hair. But it has nothing to do with my hair. I just need to do something with my hands. So I've noticed, like, throughout my entire life, I've basically, like, stimmed. Like, that's just a thing I do.
No, I remember, like, when I was, like, watching, like, the Everyone Is Here, I was, like, I have the thing where, like, I'm constantly just, like, stepping with one of my legs, just kind of going up and down with it.
Oh, yeah.
So I do stuff like that, and then I also just kind of, like, shake my hands when I'm, like, super excited. So I was definitely doing that when, like, the trailer was happening.
Stimming hard. This is gonna, I mean, all these are gonna be in the video, but I was also working at the movie theater at E3 2019, and I was, like, destroying boxes and cleaning theaters, and I had to, like, I saw the Hero trailer, the Erdrick and Luminary and all that stuff, and I was like, fucking whatever, that's fine, but I don't care.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching. And then I came back at the end, and I was just in the back of a theater while people were watching something, and I had my headphones in, and I was in the theater normally, like, on the side, because you know how people come in, like, on the side just to make sure people aren't on their phones or whatever.
Yeah.
I started watching it, and then Banjo appeared, and I had to move to the back part of the theater because I was tearing up. Like, I legit, I could not contain myself. And that's another character of, like, I played Banjo for the first time on stream years later, but I still, like, love that character.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I was like, actually, it was funny. Someone was talking on Twitter. This is a few weeks ago. They were kind of bringing up, like, how much of, like, Banjo-Kazooie's quote unquote, like, legendariness, I can't think of a better word, is kind of, like, come in retrospect, because, like, the game didn't sell especially well at first. I mean, it sold decently, but there were, like, so many properties that no one remembers anymore that sold at decent figures. But, like, I realized when they said that, like, so much of, like, Banjo's popularity comes from, like, YouTubers. And I realized then and there, oh yeah, the first time I ever heard about Banjo-Kazooie was, like, JonTron's videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he was gonna be in Yooka-Laylee, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. Ugh.
What was I? Okay, that being said, though, I think it's more to do with, like, Rare, not a subsidiary, but they were so tightly knit with Nintendo, and Nintendo published the Rare games, that they were, like, associated with them, where, like, in all the magazines and official art or whatever, it was, like, Mario, Link, and Banjo all standing together. So even if Banjo didn't sell well, he was still, like, he was up there. It's like, and when you watch, like, Captain N or something from, like, the NES era, and it's Kid Icarus, Mega Man and Simon. And Mega Man and Simon weren't Nintendo characters,
They were,
but they were like, they basically
Closely
were,
knit.
and that's why it's cool to have
Yeah.
them in Smash. But I think Banjo, I don't know how well it sold, but I think it was like just known as a Nintendo character basically.
Yeah.
And I think Banjo Tooie was like delayed in Europe or something, and was released a day before Conker's Bad Fur Day over there. Like legitimately, they
really?
cannibalized their own. I don't know why they would do that, but yeah. I mean, they
Thought it
were
was
like
funny.
the last games on the N64, so I guess it was do or die. Like they couldn't wait any longer.
It's always so funny when a game like comes out like in the like region where it was developed after it came out in like other parts of the world.
Hmm Well, that is because Rare is like a Rare is in
British.
the UK, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. The Banjo
like, I
reveal
guess-
Tears of the Kingdom announcement direct was wild. Was Tears of the Kingdom announced in that direct? I thought it was the Kazuya direct.
Oh god, I wouldn't be surprised because I think that game has been like hinted at for like
Yeah,
4
for a
years.
while.
Surprised.
There was there's so many things that we've known about, and that's another thing I'm like kind of excited because this video being in October, this year 2023 is the 5th anniversary of the game coming out.
Yeah.
October will be the 2nd anniversary of the final reveal trailer, and potentially, video game consoles last on average 7 years.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch was announced
2000
what,
October
November
20th,
2016, November
or something.
2016, and
No, it was October.
released. Oh, October 2016.
Yeah.
And released like March 2017.
Yeah.
So March 2024 will have been 7 years. So
Yeah.
if they want to follow the same thing, then potentially we could get like whatever the next thing is announced in October, which would perfectly coincide with like, because this Smash Bros. Story basically ties in everything with the Switch, because it was announced like in the 2nd year, and I talk about like all the other Switch stuff I played, because I wanted to fill the Smash-shaped void, so I played like Brawl Out and like Slap City and stuff.
Yeah.
And most of the first year on the Switch was like Odyssey and Celeste for me. And
Okay.
I played Breath of the Wild a little bit, but I was caught between getting stuck and not wanting to look up anything about the game, so I just like stopped doing it for a while, and then I came back and beat it like an idiot. I did not figure out anything about that game, but I still beat it. I'm gonna miss the Switch Nintendo era so much. I have a feeling that whatever the next thing they announce is just gonna be like a new Switch.
Yeah, that's what I think that's, I mean, I don't know if these are like rumors or there's kind of like, these are like verifiable. I think they are currently working on the next console.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard someone say the other day is that if that's true, they are working on the next console and they're releasing like a new Mario game this year, all this new stuff. Excuse me. Like, I think like the next console I think is going to be backwards compatible. Like I think that's like probably a given.
I would wager to say that it's even just gonna be basically the same thing. Like
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
think
if you I imagine
Yeah.
you don't have an Xbox Series X. They're not very
No, I
good
don't.
or popular.
I have a PS4 like in
Oh,
a-
okay. So I have that and the Xbox One, and
Okay.
they are different machines, but they have Xbox software. So their like HUD, their like home screen is exactly
Yeah.
the same. The only
Oh, really?
difference
it, like,
is
that
specs.
similar?
So I think the Switch is like not only going to be backwards compatible, but just be basically the Switch, but like
So,
with better and
GPU
have some different exclusives, like the DSi
that-
basically.
That's the thing because it's like, and maybe I don't know. I mean, I think like the fact that the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, they were so like not that hyped up compared to like the PS4 and Xbox One. I mean, I'm sure you remember like how seriously people took those debates. Like I think just in general, because I don't want to say it's reaching, well, kind of, I think graphics in general are kind of reaching a ceiling, at least in the sense that like there's never going to be a jump between two consoles like the jump between like the SNES and N64. You
I
know what I mean?
also think game companies as a whole, I'm using Xbox as an example, which maybe isn't the best idea because they're not doing the best of the three. But Xbox as an example, like Xbox is a brand and a service. Like you can play
Yeah.
Xbox on the computer. It's
yeah,
just
that's
like
one of the interesting things.
I feel like that's the way games are going, where like there will be PlayStation and Xbox and Switch, but it'll be the same service just on a better thing each time. Maybe
Yeah.
Nintendo won't do that because they have their own stuff. And honestly, I only played the PS5 because my roommate in California bought one, and I've never been a PlayStation guy. But like that one, I really love the controller for that, and I don't like any PlayStation controllers. There's so many cool gimmicks with that, and that's the only thing you could really add for a new console is just cool gimmicks because everything else, the specs are almost exactly the same.
Yeah, that's one of the things is that, like, going back to the point about, like, the Switch, whatever's coming is going to be, like, another version of the Switch, is that, like, I do not think Nintendo is going to drop the portability thing. Like, I could not see that happening. So, because that's probably going to keep going, like, I don't know if they're going to, like, add something new to kind of, like, mix things up, but I don't know what they would add, but I guess, you know, we didn't know they were going to do this whole portable thing before. Actually, we kind of did because, like, the NX, people were assuming it was going to be, like, a hybrid.
I have a Series X. It's nice,
Console.
but the whole PC and console approach puts the console dead in the water. I don't get the approach. I bought it specifically for my old 360 games. I bought it because I'm completely whipped by GTA Online. I've legitimately put let's not say thousands, $1,000 into GTA Online.
Oh my god,
And yeah, but to be fair, I've played hundreds of hours that I feel like if like a $60 game should be worth like 120 hours or whatever, or 60 hours, or just that enjoyment, then I feel like I've got my money's worth. I haven't done it anymore, but as a teenager, I was like, I gotta get this fucking yacht. I need the shark card.
Have you seen that meme where it's like a cow? It says the virgin cow versus the Chad GTA 5, and it says the virgin cow can't be milked forever, and it just shows GTA 5.
Online is the only thing I miss about my Xbox. Sorry, that was the I remember that like on the 360, like the game has been over 3 platforms now. It's the same game, but you could transfer your online save to Xbox One or to PC for a while, but they stopped doing that because PC had a lot of hackers and they just didn't want to give away stuff that they could get money from, I guess. Which is annoying because I would love to back up my save to PC and play with my friends online, especially because Epic gave it away for free during the pandemic, which was that's when I got back into it. I just convinced all my friends to buy it. Like, let's start from scratch and do the first heist. But you had like a couple month, if not a month window to transfer your save, and then they stopped doing it. And if you didn't transfer your save then, it would be stuck on the last gen console. And then when they released the upgraded version for the next console, they discontinued online, like they shut down the servers for last gen. So I was like, oh fuck, if I don't transfer my save to the next gen consoles like within the month, it's possible I'm just gonna lose all this, and I've put way too much time and money into this account. I gotta put it. So I bought a Series X just to like get the new GTA to transfer my save. So in reality, it's not even just $1,000 I spent on GTA Online. It's like 1,500.
I hate when they hold stuff like that hostage. I found out recently that so I wanted to get access back to my Webkins account. I don't know if you played Webkins as a kid.
I did, but I don't know my login.
I know my login, the same login I used when I was like 7. So I was trying to log in, and it said that there's an issue. Please contact support. So I contacted support, and they said, oh, well, if you didn't use your account for 7 years, we deleted all your information. And it's like, bro, my 8-year-old self probably bought like 10 of those. That's like $150, bro. You couldn't
at least
you could not keep a freaking text file or JSON of my information. You just threw it away, bro. What the hell, bro? It made me mad.
I do have one hope for the new Nintendo, the new Switch. I hope they do more of the rumble thing with the controllers to give more physical feedback.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get a drink.
You guys watching the stream right now?
Oh, let me pop in.
I can't.
Oh. Well, I'm holding a bunch of webkins right now.
Oh shit! Yeah, let me pop that up.
Oh, that does remind me.
Okay, you're a true Webkins man. All right, I'm gonna be right back.
I got these recently on like an eBay thing, but I've been getting like not obscure, but like not super popular Pokemon plushies. Like I have a Licky Licky plush because I like Licky Licky, but I don't think anyone else does.
I'm glad that someone likes it. Statistically speaking, someone did have to.
Sorry, we've been speaking over you guys, or just like steamrolling. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves real quick?
Hi, I'm me. I'm a Muppet. I only bite on Fridays.
Oh shit, that's today.
Hey.
These guys are patrons and friends. This is what
Yeah,
I've been
also-
doing, is I've been streaming every day to make up for my hiatus. But I promise when I get back to a normal schedule that we can do shit on the weekends. I've been very busy. I'd like to go back to playing games and watching shit.
Very understandable.
We gotta get it.
My puppy actually recently passed away, so my
Aw.
schedule for the week has been all thrown off.
Wait, you told me about that. Was it the one we were talking
The-
about?
The older one, the 16-year-old one,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
What was
she-
the name?
Noodles.
Noodles. We gotta
Because
put
she
that
was a
somewhere.
cream-colored poodle.
Okay.
Aw,
I'm back, by the
I
way.
love that.
Hello.
I was
Yeah, one.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing I am worried about for the new Switch is that they're going to focus more of their energy on the display, which I 100% get because the majority of the gaming population is sighted. But I personally feel that if they devoted more to the rumble mechanics of the controllers, they could reach the blind gaming audience, which
Okay.
is a massive untouched market.
You have skin in the
sure.
game.
Yes, and
Well,
I
you're
know a lot
biased.
of
That's not
other
fair.
I am. Also, I want a Muppets video game.
Have they?
Interesting.
That's a good question. I feel like they haven't made one since I mean, maybe I haven't been looking hard
Or
enough,
like,
but
it's probably like a Game Boy Advance game from like 20 years ago. Or
they made like a
Yeah.
skateboarding PlayStation game, I think.
really.
I think I'm wrong. I think I'm thinking of the Disney skateboarding game.
Uh,
But I think they were
Okay.
Disney at the time.
Oh, that would be so sick if there was a Muppet skating.
I'm
I was a
not
fan of Licky Licky in the Dark Ride
sure.
movie. It was really cool and not creepy. Don't say that to me. That's fucked up. Scary. I do like Dark Ride though. I thought he was sick. I've mentioned this before that like I will always like make fun of, or not make fun of, but like poke fun at like Sonic fans of being like, oh man, they thought Shadow was cool. Oh, that's so lame. But I distinctly remember playing Smash Brothers Brawl and thinking Meta Knight was the coolest thing I had ever seen. So I was like, I need to get a Kirby game immediately. This dude is the sickest thing this is the coolest design I've ever seen. And I was right.
Meta Knight is pretty cool.
I mean, edgy can be cool.
He's the
Shadow is
perfect
cool.
mixture of like cartoony and edgy.
As long as it's not like the only character they ever create, a bit of
Oh.
edginess is fun.
Dude, I love
Speak-
Meta Knight's ship in the Subspace Emissary. That was like a central piece of the lore.
I'm just doing a plushie stream now. I'm gonna put marks on my corner. Did you mention Kirby lore?
You gotta get one of the plushy hammocks.
Oh yeah, I have them hung up on my wall of weird shit. A lot of the stuff on the wall over here is stuff that like my. Okay, I was about to turn the camera over to this wall to show you guys, but I just noticed I have a cork board beneath it with a bunch of stuff.
With,
On
that
it.
has sensitive information.
Not sensitive, but it's for the next video.
Fair enough.
I cut out a bunch of little pieces of paper of characters and put them on a cork board.
Oh
And
boy!
I was about to turn the camera and shoot.
Secret sneak peek, almost.
But yeah, a bunch of shit over here is stuff my roommates, because we did like a Christmas exchange at my old place, and it got kind of out of hand because I love giving presents, and I won. I'm the best at it. Is that Jevil from Deltarune plushie? Yes, you got it right. Correct. You did it. What was
I
Sorry, go
did
ahead.
also just remember from the video you made about the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I checked on my workplace's website, and it has a bear of the main female character. 2 different bears of the main female character.
Ahsoka? Because there's a
Yep.
new Ahsoka show coming out.
Probably because of that, but it has been on there for several years.
Well, she's
As someone who browses through the Disney section.
that's sick. I like Ahsoka. People, that
They
was a
have-
portion of the video, is that, like, I always heard that people, like, hated her for a while, but I never, like, got that.
Yeah, I could send there's one of the bear version of her where the print is printed directly on the bear, which is actually the one I personally prefer, and there's the outfit separate that you could put on, like, any bear that the outfits fit on.
I imagine this is a lore question, so I don't think anyone here knows, but is her thing... Is it a hat she's wearing, or are those her ears?
I always kind of wondered the same, because I don't know anything about Star Wars.
I think it... Because, like, there's other species, like
I
Shakti,
think they're
that have
ears.
the same thing. But it could be, like, a traditional, like, headdress. Would that count as clothes? Oh, my God.
Good question.
So, the, Sorry, circling back to the Switch thing real quick, is that there's been the reason I want it to be almost exactly the same is because I want the middle ground of not losing the stuff we've gotten and getting new stuff. So I would like a new Smash and a new Mario Kart. I like the old ones. I love Ultimate and I love 8 DLC, but I don't want to just keep doing those.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they're like, oh, we're doing Ultimate and we're putting more DLC, even that I'd be okay with, but I just want more, you know? I don't want it to be done. However, I think the Switch is one of the best consoles because every now and then they'll just drop, like, random games that have existed on the thing, and this machine can play basically, not like any modern game, but if you think about, like, any of the most popular or, like, best games of all time, they're probably on the Switch to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've been doing
Yeah.
that. And also, through, like, the Virtual Console online stuff, we have been drip-fed that over, like, 5 years, and I don't want to start from scratch. I don't want them to
that's a
go
good
like,
point.
oh, next console, hey, look, we're rolling out NES games. Like, fuck! No, we just got N64 and Game Boy Advance. I want to keep that and then build on top of it. I don't want to have to
Yeah.
start from scratch.
And that's one of the things they've mishandled the most. It's always kind of pissed me off, just the kind of like way they drip feed it. It's absurd. I mean, I really don't know like what the business sense in that is.
It's to
Like,
keep people playing through, like, it's a monthly subscription, so you need people. It's like Netflix,
Yeah.
like they always need something every month, so they just keep like adding stuff every month, even if it's not important, just so like there's new stuff, and
Yeah.
And then it keeps up hope that the stuff that you really want to add could still be added, because, hey, they're still adding stuff.
Exactly. I feel
Even
like
if they
for
never
Super
add it.
Nintendo and NES, like the library is pretty good. Like everything that could be there or that like legally can be
Yeah.
there is there. Like obviously,
Where's Star Tropics 2?
that's a good
Where are
point.
they
Wait, is Star
hiding
Trek?
it?
That's fucking. Hold on, let me go. I'll show you
The
where it is.
first one's there.
Plus, it's portable so that parents who maybe have to travel a lot with their kids will buy it to keep the kids occupied.
yeah.
The
Speaking as
stream is
someone
just
who
resorted
had
to me
a
grabbing shit.
Speaking as someone who took a lot of road trips and almost had a relative buy me a Game Boy or a DS before they realized I couldn't see it.
Yeah, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's got
Well-
buttons.
Yeah, I couldn't. I'd have to squint at the screen and then to read any text because, as you can attest for your first playthrough of Diamond, the text is unfortunately important.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
no,
it's
I remember.
important. Like
I got stuck on Jubilife City for like 4 months.
I needed to know
I
how to
never stopped
save,
it
but
fine.
that's basically it. Like I didn't read anything else. So much so that like I stopped playing it for a while, and you get to a certain point where you don't know what's ahead of you and don't know what's behind you, so you have to reverse engineer where you are. And my buddy Caden,
Oh,
like
yeah.
we were just hanging out, and we're like, he had the little fucking paper guide that falls apart whenever you touch it. And we had to figure out like where I was, because I had played like Sapphire and Heart Gold after that, and I had transferred my Infernape to Heart Gold, and I had to transfer it back, so he was like overpowered because I just gave up on
it
diamonds.
behaved, right? It behaved, right? Because you were the original trainer.
Yes, because yeah, it should do that.
So I backed up.
Although
What I've been trying to do, a project I've been working on over the last couple of years, or just the last year and this year, is backing up all my DS saves onto my computer and then reverse engineering the Pokemon I transferred all the way up back into their games. And I still have my Elite Four stuff, like, or my Hall of Fame, and like I started Diamond in like 2008, and then got Infernape into the Heart Gold Hall of Fame multiple times in like 2008, 2009, and then it says I beat Diamonds in like 2010. So it took me that, like, we had to figure out where I was. I was stuck before Sunny Shore and the power was out, and you had to go to the dock town and talk to people, talk to the professor, and then do the whole Dialga thing, and I couldn't find it. I didn't know where I was going, but we eventually had to, like, just by reverse engineering, like, oh, did you do this? Didn't you do this? But it had been years, so I had to, like, figure out. Shout out BDSP for adding waypoints on the map. Did they do that?
I think they did.
I didn't play that
Yes.
game for long. I did a
Like
Nuzlocke
100
on
hours
stream,
into it.
and then I lost on Cynthia's last Pokemon, and I gave up.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, it's so funny because in BDSP they made like Cynthia's AI like really good compared to like everything else in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like jarring. You're like, all right, well, you know, it's,
The thing I will say about that game, and maybe it was just because I was doing a Nuzlocke, but like it had the experience share thing that people complain about, where it levels up all your Pokemon. And the argument is that, like, oh man, the game's too easy because you're all over leveled. And like for the wild Pokemon and trainers, like I was definitely over leveled. But every time I got to a gym, it was like a legitimate challenge. So I don't know if they just like scaled the
Same.
levels differently in that game. Because I don't think leveling up all your Pokemon at once isn't an intrinsically bad thing. You just have to balance the game according with that. You know, you can't just add it after the fact.
I will say it did muck up the way that Magikarp was supposed to work.
Yeah, that's part of the thing is that it's like because there were like Pokemon that were obviously meant to be like bitches to level up, just really difficult to level up, and then you get rewarded by like getting a super good Pokemon after. But yeah, you know, I mean, give and take. I mean, to be fair, even in a lot of games, even before EXP share, you could just catch like Gyarados. Like, either way.
Yeah, and level
So-
20 isn't honestly that high, so you could just, like, have a Magikarp fight, like, a level 30-something, switch Magikarp out, and then in that one fight get it up to basically 20.
Yeah.
There's
So
a
I
lot of
remember
ways around it.
in the older games trying to get my freaking stupid ass Larvitar to like do anything useful and not die,
Mhm.
and then eventually I got a Tyranitar.
I think I said this in one of my Pokemon videos, but I got a Darkrai event as a kid, and of course I was so behind in the game that, like, because it was an event Pokemon from a different trainer, it wouldn't listen to me, but I didn't understand the gimmick, so I just thought, like, oh, Darkrai is, like, cool and edgy. He doesn't listen to anyone. Like, you can't tell him what to do. So I just thought, like, oh, I guess Darkrai doesn't listen to people, and that's why he just keeps doing the wrong thing.
I mean, arguably, lore-wise, he probably doesn't.
Yeah, he'll turn you into Licky Licky against your will.
Darkrai's so badass.
He's so cool. He's so rad.
It would
Dude,
not
I
work.
honestly-
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it would not have worked quite as well as if the event Pokemon you got were like Jirachi or Manaphy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
this cute little thing.
I
Okay, there's something up with train.
had so many Celebes, and I don't remember why. I had like 3 in like the span of a couple. I feel like
Did
they.
you-
Oh, it was probably
Did you
because
play
they.
Crystal?
No, it was like I had Heart Gold, and I had Diamond, and I think they just released the event over multiple platforms, so I just got a bunch of them. I do distinctly remember though, like, and sorry, that's what I was gonna say with the Switch is that like, and the 4-player games is that playing them online is fun, but that's kind of hard to schedule. And there's a lot of games that I would love to. I want to get like other streamers or just people that would be down to stream and convince them to like play games with me so we could play like 4-player games and shit. I really want to play that new Sonic game with 4 people because it looks like a lot of fun. And same thing with Super Mario Wonder. Like I really want to do those like that if I could pull that off. I think the Sonic one is only local though, but we'll see how it works on Steam. But yeah, like Switch, like playing Ultimate Online was a lot of fun, but it's not the same thing as like playing with people physically.
For sure.
And that's what I was gonna say about Pokemon events, is that like, yeah, getting them over Mystery Gift is like more convenient and better for everyone. But I still like remember going to GameStop as a kid and like going to the mall with my dad and like getting like a soft pretzel and then swinging by GameStop to get like shiny Entei and shiny
Yeah.
Suicune, and that shit was so cool to me. And then they did that again for like shiny Zamazenta and Zacian, and I was like, let's just do it again. Let's like physically go there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now I remember one of the funny things is that like what I would do is I had like a copy of Diamond or Pearl, and I had a copy of Platinum, and I had a copy of Heart Gold. So I would go there, I put in my Diamond copy, get the Pokemon, put in my Platinum copy, get the Pokemon, put in my Heart Gold copy, get the just like
There's
just triple dip it.
like they held events there, like trading events or battling events or whatever, and I don't know exactly what happened, but I know in Diamond the code is there so that I got a Darkrai event and I did the Giratina thing, but I don't have any of those either of those Pokemon, but I do have a Primeape named Judo Master that I got from someone that is currently in my it's still in my Hall of Fame because I love Primeape. And I couldn't find it in Diamond. I was like, I need that Primeape. So I either traded someone like my Darkrai or my Giratina for that Primeape. One of those two is true. One of those things happened. Either way, it's not a good trade, but I still have that Primeape.
Interesting.
I mean, now with Annihilate might be a better trade.
That's what I was getting. You know the episode of Pokemon where like Ash has to be like, oh man, do I want to evolve Pikachu? Like, what if this changes our dynamic or whatever? With the Pokemon Home update, I finally brought Judo Master to Scarlet, and I was like, should I evolve him? Like, you can't transfer him back anyway, so it doesn't matter, but like, he's been a Primate my entire life. Like, I got him in like 2008, 15 years ago. Like, I don't think I could like mentally make him an Annihilate. I feel like it would ruin it.
That's funny.
But I love
Fair enough.
I'm fortunate enough to have started transferring up everything since I was a kid. If you want to go back to your GBA game now and bring everything up, you need so much shit.
Oh yeah, it's absurd.
So what
Yeah, and like half your Pokemon won't transfer to Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other
I
thing
hate
of
that.
like spending so much money on GTA because they're holding me hostage. I need to get every Switch Pokemon game because I don't trust Pokemon Home. I don't want to leave my Pokemon in there because if 1 month they're like, hey, this month's subscription, it's $1,000 a month. I wouldn't be able to not pay it because I my Pokemon are stuck in there. So I want to put them in the games. And I think I put together a little like visual guide. There's only like 20 or so Pokemon lines that aren't in a Switch game yet, or aren't going to be with the new DLC. And it's mostly Unova
Which
Pokemon
are-
and Minior and Furfrou, I think.
Yeah, I am very salty about Minior. I really, really want to play with it. I know it's useless. I want it though.
You can transfer
cute.
Samurott, I think. But Superior and Emboar are still stuck in my Moon version right now. And my shiny Pignite is stuck in Pokemon Go because there's still no Emboar representation. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And there's...
I don't trust anything to Home either. I didn't, to the point I did not pay for the subscription, and I only used the one box to transfer things around very quickly.
It's
Wait,
kind
is
of
there-
annoying that they waited like 7 months to finally like integrate Pokemon Home with Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, they said early 2023.
Yes.
It came out like a month ago.
And it's like, at this point, like, dude, I mean, that game's ancient history. to me.
People always say, like, oh, you can't predict Pokemon or whatever, but they have a very set timeline right now. So
They
if
do.
we...
They really do.
Okay, so hold on. Do we think there's going to be whatever the next Nintendo thing is? Do we think it's going to be next year?
Like, what do you mean next Nintendo thing? Next console?
Like,
Next, whatever their
next
console is,
console?
whether it's a new Switch or a new console, like, when do
I
you...
would say yes. I would say definitely more likely 2024 than 2025,
Okay.
in my opinion.
I'm torn because I'm wondering. Well, Game Freak is different than the Nintendo, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I'm pretty sure Game Freak is waiting until Generation 10 to switch.
That's what I was going to say, is that if we're following the pattern of new gen DLC remake, new gen DLC remake, then the new generation of Pokemon will be 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we talked about Smash earlier, but the longest space between Smash games, I think, is 2001 to 2000. 2008, which is
Mhm.
7 years. And
Oh my god, you're right. Jeez.
and Smash Ultimate came out 2018. So 2025 will have been 7 years. However, if we're like, oh, but what about DLC? The gap between Smash 4 DLC, which was 2015, and Smash Ultimate 2018 was 3 years, and 2025 will also be 3 years since Sora. So if
Well, actually, now that I think about it, sorry to interrupt.
no, you're good. This is a round table discussion.
Bayonetta came out early 2016.
Did she?
And yeah. So Smash Ultimate was revealed March of 2018. So that was only 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
which is like crazy to me, frankly. I mean,
But if
like,
we're following this pattern of like potentially Gen 10 in 2025, potentially new Smash in 2025, maybe they'll be like the second year of the Switch, or the whatever the new thing is. But I would like to see the new thing next year. But I think it's possible that they hold it till 2025.
yeah.
If you asked me a month ago, I would have said for sure next year. But like new Zelda, new Pikmin, new 2D Mario, like this doesn't feel like the final days of the Switch, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
If they wanted a big release for the Switch, they would probably push back Wonder 2 next year if it was coming out next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because people say that 2D Mario isn't as big as 3D Mario, and like quality wise, I agree. But like 2D Mario sells way better. It's a huge thing.
That's true. Is that true? Yeah, I'm not arguing. It's like, yeah. Actually, this reminds me. It's so funny. I never consciously recognized this as a kid, but I remember one of the funniest things to me is that New Super Mario Bros. 2 and New Super Mario Bros. U came out like 4 months apart.
Yeah.
That's like absurd to me. Like it's like, wow, they did not like wait at all.
I think that's why people like have more of a sour taste about the new games, because I like the DS one, and I think I have nostalgia for the Wii one.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Wii U and 3DS are fine, and I had both of them as games, but like they came out and they were so similar in such close proximity, especially New Soup U, which was like, oh, the Wii U is going to be selling our new HD console, and it's just like a Wii game, and it looks almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I think that 3 months or 4 months or whatever, that's kind of like one of the biggest reasons that that series is such a punchline. At least for seen as a punchline, because I think the first one, at least on the DS, is a great game. I think it's fantastic. And the second one, I have not played the second one since like 2000.
The 3DS one or the Wii one?
Sorry, the Wii one, one. But I mean, they're all competent games. It's not like they're like terrible.
I think the DS one and Wii one, even if people are like, oh, they're too similar, like those games are so different and add so much individually that like the 3DS one and Wii U, like the Wii U adds the pushing blocks on the pad, but that's not really anything.
And also the Wii U one, like the big power up they kind of like sold it with was the like flying squirrels.
The acorn, yeah.
Like, something like that. Which is just like, it was such a nothing power up.
And it's like, derivative of other power ups that have already existed.
I mean, the propeller suit, like that was I love the propeller suit, and I feel like that was like, there's been power ups with verticality before, but I think the propeller suit and the penguin suit, both of those were so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
the giant mushroom and the tiny mushroom and DS.
Exactly. Those were much better selling points. Like, I think what 2 did, they just kind of like was like, okay, coins.
Was the blue shell in Mario 3, like for the NES?
You mean the blue shell that kind of turned Mario into a turtle?
Yeah.
I think that was original for New Super Mario Bros.
Okay, I love that one too. That's
it's so fun to kind of like spin around. It's so great. I love New Super Mario Bros.
For the Switch thing, if there's like a theme with each year of just me and my content, like last year was like when it got big and popular, and this year is like getting noticed in like the community, where like every video this year has involved a different creator to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I went to like MagFest, which I like hadn't been for 2 years, I've been like craving this sense of like community.
Okay.
And I think it stemmed from like when Scarlet and Violet came out, I went to the midnight release at that GameStop, and everyone was just chilling in line, and they had like a Smash set up, and it was a lot of fun, and I would love to do shit like this again.
Yeah.
So that's why like because like if a console launch only happens every 7 years, I want to make a big deal about it. And I remember it might just be a personal thing, but a lot of people complain about certain consoles having like nothing at launch, like having pretty garbage stuff at launch. Like you shouldn't pre-order, wait till there's games. And I did get my Switch at Christmas, but I think that like kind of almost a year period where everyone has a console, but all the popular stuff isn't out yet, so everyone's playing like the same kind of weird thing. Like, like do you think everyone would be playing Bugsnax if it wasn't the only thing on the PS5?
Exactly.
And then when the Switch came out, everyone's like, "Oh, let's play Snipper Clips," and everyone was playing Snipper Clips, and nobody would have given that game the time of day if it wasn't like the only game on the Switch.
1-2 Switch. I wanted to play 1-2 Switch. I thought it looked so cool.
I still haven't played it. I would, but that's another thing is I need people here. I can't just play it on my own.
Yeah, that's one of the things is that you
can.
Frankly, like consoles that have like kind of weak launches. I mean, I guess it's still good to have like a good launch, a good like initial library. But I mean, I think there's a lot of fun to like getting the console day one and kind of like exploring it and kind of like talking about it in the early days and seeing how like the console kind of like develops over time.
Well, that's what I was gonna say is that like 2021, I did kind of like a stream of me unboxing the Series X and doing a bunch of stuff on it, but it wasn't the launch. Like the game had been out, or the console had been out for like 2 years, or like a year. No, that was 2022. Sorry, but oh no, it wasn't. I'm completely wrong. Yeah, no, or maybe fuck it. I don't care. It's one of those two. But I would like to, because like a Nintendo console only happens every 7 years. I would like to do like an actual like console launch stream where like on the day it comes out, I get the console, I get controllers, I get basically every game for it, like going all out, fucking splurging, and just stream for like 10 hours or something of just that that's like my dream. And I would want to like hold a party, like invite people over and be like, let's play this fucking whatever this is. God, I've had that idea for so long. Ever since I like picked up Scarlet from the midnight release, I was like, I gotta do another midnight release again.
Yeah.
And that's another
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. The only reason I bought Scarlet was because of you. You were like, oh, maybe we can do something. So I was like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll buy Scarlet.
Is it really?
I don't think
Is that really why you got it?
Well, I was initially thinking of like, oh, wait, I'll get it for like Christmas or something. Like, I don't want it like that much. But I end up getting it like day one. And I'm like,
honestly, I might have still gotten it because I am a lifelong Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
My roommate, who my experience with Pokemon is every generation or every big game as a kid or just every new generation, I don't like playing Pokemon games alone. I like doing simultaneous adventures with people.
Okay.
So as a kid, I had like Diamond on my own, and it was because I heard other people had Diamond. Because as a kid, you don't see commercials or trailers, you just see your friends playing a game, and you're like, oh, I want to play that game. But then, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I don't know if it's when it came out, but I was with Logan, and his dad took us to the store, and he wanted Soul Silver, and I was like, well, maybe I'll get Heart Gold then. So we both got the same game or we got different versions at the same time, picked different starters, and we're like just so excited looking at each other's games, like, oh, where are you? What are you doing? Because all those Pokemon were new to us, because we had only played Diamond.
Yeah.
So Johto was like entirely new. And then when Black and White came out, I got it like that Sunday, I pre-ordered it, and I remember playing it on my fucking 3DS, because I got the 3DS at launch, and there were no Pokemon 3DS games for like a couple years into the 3DS.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Came out 2013.
But I was playing that, and then like school was the next day, and I was like on the bus talking with everyone who also got it, and we were like coinciding it. And then my buddy Caden, who's been on previous Pokemon streams, I basically lived at their house. They were like surrogate brothers. Him and his brother Riley, like we all got X and Y at the same time, and we all picked different starters, and we would build our teams, and we did a gimmick where after every gym battle, we would like battle each other.
Oh.
And then when Sun and Moon came out, or like on Black Friday, me, Chris, and Zach got them, and we all picked different starters, and we were all playing at the same time. That game, I got so excited that I played for like hours, like 10 hours, if not 12 hours in a row, and just didn't save. And then I did the grass Z move, and my game froze.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. So I would like
never play.
For a while I was like, I kind of don't want to do that all again, but then I got back into it eventually. I was pretty bummed. And then Sword and Shield, I convinced my one friend Faye to like get the other version, and we were on a Discord call playing it together because the trailers made it seem like you could go hang out in the wild area together, but you can't. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
But we got
Or
it.
at least you cannot guarantee the person in the wild area with you is going to be your friend.
Yeah.
It's sort of deceptive.
You
It's
could
just
get
like,
potatoes
okay,
from
you can, like-
strangers, but that's pretty much it.
yeah.
And then when Scarlet and Violet came out, or even like Legends Arceus, like I was playing it, so I convinced my roommate at the time to get it, and we were like playing at the same time. And he was like, and because he was playing, I was only playing on stream, so I wasn't playing off. So he caught up to me, and he was like, "Dude, did you beat fucking Giratina?" And like that battle took the entire stream, and he's like, "Oh, did you do it? That shit's hard." And then Scarlet and Violet, I'm back with Logan, who, if you remembered from earlier in the story, was the one who had Soul Silver to my Heart Gold. And I like the double packs, and he hadn't played a Pokemon game for like a long while. He kind of fell out of love with it, and I just got the double pack and let him use Violet if we could play it together. And he's been playing it nonstop, and that like got him back into it. And on one hand, like I don't think I could ever possibly like avoid Pokemon games or information, like ever. I would still learn about it. On the other hand, I would like to stop playing for like a couple years and then come back. So then there's like hundreds of new Pokemon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like cool, and I loved having little Pokemon adventures where I play. And I mentioned this on stream, but while I was streaming Scarlet and Violet, I was playing with Caden, who I played X and Y with, and I was playing with Logan, who I played Heart Gold and Soul Silver with, and the Ultra games. So it was like bringing it all, the story full circle, and I love doing shit like that.
Yeah, I got Scarlet only because I wanted one single Pokemon that was in it that was not in the Sword and Shield. Because
Which
it was a
one?
new Pokemon.
Oh, did you see that Snorlax is in the DLC? Because you were saying something about that.
I did not, but that's good because it's the only Pokemon that had been in every main series game up until that point, and then it just suddenly wasn't. But it's the Pokemon I was really excited about. Not actually my favorite new Pokemon now that I've seen the others, but the Garganacl. The salt monster. That was the one I wanted.
That is an interesting favorite.
Mm-hmm. Wait, is that the Minecraft Pokemon?
Yes.
No, that's
the Minecraft Pokemon.
It's the salt, the Iron Golem.
Well, the Prevo was the frog, the one that kind of looked like a frog.
Oh,
like the Minecraft frog.
Wait, hold on. Let me.
The middle stage.
No, I want to.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys looking at my screen?
Yes. Oh god, good times.
Where is it? Hold on. It's one of these. I think it's the rock one. It looks exactly like this. That's Knockley, but yeah, like that.
Yeah.
The middle stage.
Yeah.
Not I think.
And then there's a boss in Mario Galaxy that looks exactly like Cloth.
Wait, like, oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, Bugaboo.
I'm impressed. You know the Mario Galaxy boss names.
Oh,
that's kind of
yeah, absolutely. I haven't played it, but like, man, 2007, like Portal came out, Mario Galaxy came out, and those are like some of my favorite games of all time.
No, I remember last year. I rented. I don't know. You really say rented for kind of thing, but I got a copy of 3D All Stars from the library, and I played through like all of Galaxy in a couple of days, like 100%. It was so fun.
People really overestimated how rare that would be. Like scalpers picked it up, they're like, "Oh, it's a limited release," but you can really find it anywhere.
Yeah. It was kind of weird for them to do a limited release.
It's definitely like not. I don't fuck with it. I don't like that, but.
Yeah.
But I've been doing this a lot too, just going down these rabbit holes and watching like midnight release or midnight launches and like people going to GameStop for like certain games. Like this fucking channel has 1,000 subscribers.
Go to the comments. Go to the comments.
2007. Please never remove this video, man. It's time capsule.
Oh, what a guy.
This is my favorite feature on YouTube. If you just type before
Oh, yeah,
colon
dude.
and then a year, all the video
Yeah.
results will be before that year. I love doing
Oh,
this.
dude, it's so useful, especially because of ancient memes. I need to find
Yeah.
old stuff.
And if
It's
you
so helpful.
what was it? There was something specific that like if you try and look it up, it'll yield a completely different thing. I'm trying to remember what it is. I mean, there's some stuff where like if you look up Knuckles on Google to try and find a picture of a hand, you're not gonna find a picture of a hand. It's just gonna be Knuckles.
Yeah, you had Knuckles, comma, hand.
Yeah.
We're going to finish the fight.
I wanna. I love this shit. I would love to.
Oh my god, it's me!
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I'll be right back.
Night.
Rooster Teeth. Mountain Dew. This is the prime Halo 3 experience.
Oh,
Have you
God.
guys ever gone to a midnight release? Because I think Scarlet Violet was one of the first I went to. Like,
I
legitimately.
don't think I have, no.
This shit is so
No.
cool. I don't know why I like this so much. I just do.
Dude, no, it's so funny because I think the oh, look at that old school Mountain Dew logo. Because I think, to be honest, like by the time like I was old enough to do midnight releases, they had already started the whole like, oh, you can pre-download physical digital
Yeah.
copies of the game. For a few years, from like maybe like
Look at that
2018
spread.
2021, I like almost only did digital copies.
Yeah. Oh man, this takes me back to something I never. That's gonna be a part of the Ultimate video. Is that like I could have gotten Ultimate at midnight and played it with everyone, but I ordered the deluxe or the whatever the steelbook version is with the controller, and I
Yeah.
had school that day. But I scheduled like me and the boys, all my friends, like legit. I still have those videos of the 8 of us. I curated 7 people perfectly so we could do 8-player Smash. And it's a shame that Smash Ultimate deletes your replays if you don't update them. Because I recorded our first ever match in Smash Ultimate. We were on the Gerudo stage and all 8 of us were playing. Because there's only 8 characters from the beginning.
That's funny.
But yeah, everyone's coming over. I got pizza. I got Smash Ultimate. It's like, we're all playing this game like after school. And I could not contain, again, I couldn't contain my excitement like at school. I just kept thinking about the game. I don't know, like... And that's another thing of, like, this sense of community. I have so many more, like, YouTube and internet friends now that I'm really cool with, and I love vibing with everyone, especially here. But I can't be, like the only way to hang out is to, like, go to an event that's already happening. I can't be like, hey, come over to my house. I got pizza rolls, because it's fucking weird.
Yeah,
But
I
if-
had a people over.
I want to, like, this is probably too much and probably too daunting, but, like, if a big game comes out that's, like, a competitive game or just, like, a party game, like, rent out, like, a school gymnasium or something and, like, just set up a bunch of TVs and shit and have... I don't know what I... See, like, this shit. They just got a TV in the trunk.
There are people camping
That's badass. That's
people
actually
camping
badass.
here.
Because MagFest was the big one for me, and I was, like, asking other people, like, oh, should I go to this event or whatever? And then I heard too late that, like, everyone was at MomoCon. Too many games happened, I think. I didn't go to VidCon because it didn't look fun, but then I saw people there having fun. I was like, ah.
Yeah, I'm going to SuperCon tomorrow. I'm excited.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, it's a pretty big convention down in South Florida. It's close to
I'm
my
in
house.
line.
Yeah, I just need to...
Or you could call
By
it
the way,
Great
speaking
Wall
of big events like this, not from like a press standpoint, but I've always wanted to go to E3 and just capture a bunch of footage there. But now it
Yeah.
doesn't exist. I missed my opportunity.
Yeah.
But Nintendo announced like, oh, we're doing this showcase in like September or whatever. And I researched it like thoroughly to figure out how it works. It is so purposefully obtuse and stupid. To get in, you either get a PAX ticket, so you have to already go to PAX, or put in your Nintendo account, and you get put in a raffle where you might get to go one of the days. So it's like over a weekend, and every day has a different event. But if you're like, oh, there's cool shit I want to see on Friday, and you got Sunday, like, oh shit, you got to go Sunday, I guess. I don't know why they did it like that.
And also, it's hard to plan around that.
Yeah.
We just went around the entire building.
I don't know when you get the
Never
raffle results.
underestimate human stupidity.
What just Nintendo? I love Nintendo, but they just I don't know what their deal is with making terrible decisions.
No.
Seinfeld in the car on the phone.
That looks like my dad. What the hell?
That's
Oh my
Jerry
God.
Seinfeld, baby.
Oh no, I know. There was a
Switchy's
guy
got
that
the
was
Mountain
on
Dew
stream.
shots.
Oh my God, it's me. Oh my God.
I need that pendant. I need that amulet. And that's me.
That's you, dude.
We're hanging out.
How's it going? It's going really
Time to
good.
check the. I'm gonna check the video percentage. 22 and 31. All right. So 10% every hour isn't terrible.
Screaming out the minute.
It's not good, but you know, it may be the video will be up tomorrow.
I remember as a kid uploading.
That's awesome.
Well, no, I mean, like 4 years ago, uploading was faster than rendering. But now rendering is faster than uploading. I don't know why. It's weird.
I think I looked it up, and it's because I think the video size is making it upload slower. So I uploaded
Maybe.
2 videos. One last night at 2 a.m. is now at 30%. And then I lowered the quality of the video and uploaded it like a couple hours after, and that's already at 20. So I'm going to post whichever one finishes uploading first, even if it's a lower quality one. I don't think people will care anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most, at least for me, granted I don't know about everyone else, but the audio quality is usually the more important one for videos like that.
In and out, we're gonna be playing. Yeah, I know. Can you see the?
Oh, I'm about to battle Licky Licky.
Aw. Kill him.
Nothing. We're just both looking at the moon.
This
I
guy with
will,
hammers right here.
Because
At the same time.
Aw. They're having like a Romeo and Juliet moment, and they're looking at the moon at the same time and thinking about each other.
Fantastic. So, I guess we'll see you.
God, I wanted to. Legitimately, even before I got my computer back, I knew I had to wait to stream it, but I considered going to the Tears of the Kingdom midnight release just to like hang out. Look at these fits.
Oh god.
They got the Halo shirt. He's playing the Halo theme on guitar. I love this. I'm geeking out about this. Whatever. I don't know what game could be like big enough for me to like do it. I mean, I went to the last Pokemon one and it was pretty big. So I love Pokemon. So
Pikmin 4.
that's. I don't know if it'll be big. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of posts. And, you know, maybe it's just an echo chamber, but I'm seeing a lot of posts about Pikmin. So, I've never played Pikmin, but I'm glad it's getting popular now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because r/Pikmin finally has something to do.
Yeah. Arlo 1.
Arlo 1.
Oh, yeah. Arlo.
It's going wacky style. Was this game good? No, this was like a 360 launch title. Okay. So this was huge.
Like Halo
Are you
3.
asking if Halo 3 was good?
I've only played Halo 1.
I'm thinking of like 4 or 5 that like wasn't good. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Because I know 1 and 2 are good and Reach, but I didn't know. But I think 3 is good. I don't even like shooters, but I played Reach a lot with my friends when I was over at their houses because we could just build shit. I like that transition. That's cute. Look at that camera too.
That guy looks so much like my dad.
Look at this fucking. Look at that camera. Oh, that's so
oh, that
sick.
camera is working so hard for such a like mid crushed video.
I have a lot of ideas for an April Fool's video now that I dropped the tradition of last time, but I'd love to get an old camera and record like a 4x3 video of like an angry Nintendo review from like the NES.
That's funny.
This is sick.
Oh, the other day I finally got a shiny Gengar that I've been hunting for.
Oh, that's cool, but also disappointing because I know what shiny Gengar looks like.
That's true. Good point.
It normally would be, but shiny Gigantamax Gengar is what I really
That's the
want.
thing is that I think I've also told this story is like people dislike Sword and Shield, but the most fun I ever had and the biggest sense of community I ever had in a Pokemon game was at MagFest when someone, because if you do a raid, you can enter the raid, have people join, and then you can quit out, and they can still do the raid, but you don't lose it, so you can do it infinitely. And somebody had shiny Grimmsnarl, and somebody had shiny Gengar, and they were in the main hall, and like 30 people sat on the ground with their Switches, like, oh my god, did you get in? I'm trying to get in. And it was like when I was a kid playing Mario Kart DS, trying to get in the game as a shy guy, while the cool kids in the back of the bus didn't want us to be in their game. And it was so cool because like it was a legitimately hard. People say that shinies are too easy now, but those fights were legitimately hard, and it was hard to catch them. And I was there like all night doing that, and it was so much fun. But I have a shiny Gengar because of it.
Shinies are easier now, but that's because the odds were halved. and in Generation 1, it was all but impossible because you can technically get a shiny Ditto.
The way I see it is that, if you want to get your favorite as a shiny, then yeah, that's fine. But it being easier kind of coincides with there being more Pokemon. Like, most people that shiny hunt, even if they don't think they're going to do it, have the eventual goal of getting a shiny of every Pokemon.
Yeah.
And when there's like thousands of Pokemon, I don't mind the odds being a little better because there's always going to be more Pokemon to get. So there's still
there's
going
some
to be different.
people who just are like nostalgic for like just the full odds grind.
Yeah.
Like that's like it.
I mean, that's the thing too, is that you can just not hunt for them. Like, you can still get a shiny. Most of my shinies were like, most of the shinies I have, well, I guess prior to Sword and Shield, was like a shiny Skarmory I accidentally got, which is brown, so I named it Rusty, in like Pokemon Moon. And the shiny Venonat I got in Crystal, and the shinies in Crystal look gorgeous. And then my first ever shiny was the luckiest thing that's ever happened to me in a game, because I'm normally very unlucky, is that I was playing Black 2 on the bus ride to school, and I got a shiny Purloin. And then that same day during recess, I got Pokerus, because I was not an active kid, I was hiding my DS under my desk. And speaking
Actually,
of...
it reminds me, I think one of the first times I ever got, I think I've only got one like tall grass shiny ever, and that was a Pawniard. I've got with the release of Arceus and what's it called, Scarlet and Violet. Shinies are a little easier now because you can tell what it's going to be, so you can kind of like check more Pokemon every minute nowadays. But
unfortunately, with
putting this at 480p does not make it look
Scarlet
better.
and Violet, they removed. They unfortunately removed the shiny sound in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, well, but in fairness, there's no
That really
shinies in
annoyed
the
me.
overworld in Sword and Shield.
yeah.
Which is,
But Legends had the shiny sound, which is the only way I could know they were there.
You guys want to hear a crazy name drop? You want to hear a story where I name drop like crazy?
Sure.
So one year at MagFest, I was, there was a group of people around, after a panel, and we were talking about, like, shinies in Sword and Shield, like, how it sucks that you can't see them in the overworld. And the only person I've ever seen defend that choice was fucking Chugga Conroy, who was standing behind me. And he was like, I actually think it's good because, there's, like, Pokemon appear in the overworld in, like, cutscenes, in unskippable cutscenes, and you don't want to accidentally, like, run into a shiny and then lose it because of a cutscene. But my argument was that, like, that's really, like, the odds of that happening are low, and even if it does, that's really funny if it happens to you.
Kind of is, yeah.
But yeah, he's the only person that, sorry to name drop, but he's the only person I've ever heard defend that choice. My real life best friend and confidant.
So is it like, whenever there's like a Pokemon that just shows up in a cutscene, there's a chance it could be shiny?
If they appeared in the overworld, yes.
No.
That's so funny, though.
Exactly. Like, the odds of that happening are low, and if they do, I Am Jesus Christ official trailer, IGN
Oh,
fan.
actually, dude, I remember in November when Scarlet and Violet first came out, I was north part of the region, and I saw a shiny Jumpluff, I think, either that or a shiny Skiploom. So I went up to it. I attacked it with like, I forget what it's called, Nuzzle. I think it's the like paralyzed electric type move that like something like that.
Yeah.
And then it used Memento, and I didn't save before, so it died.
I was I don't know if you guys know about this glitch, but I was playing Pokemon Fire Red on stream, and I was telling people like, oh yeah, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, if any of the dogs, the roaming dogs, if they use the move Roar, they delete themselves from your save data.
Oh my god.
So I was like, okay, guys, time to, because I was only doing a Squirtle run, so my goal was to do a genocide route and kill every legendary. And I was like, all right, guys, time to kill this Raikou, and then it roared, and I was like, okay, well, it's gone now.
That sucks.
Speaking of fucking like luckiness, on the stream 2 days ago, I was finishing Banjo-Kazooie because I finished it 100%, and the boss fight is already awful and so frustrating. And then I got to the very
Gruntilda fight.
Yeah, I got to the very
So
final
long.
section, and I was shooting eggs into the Jinjo statue, but it wasn't registering.
It's so imprecise. It's so annoying.
Well, not just that, like, I was shooting, like, point blank, and it just wasn't working. And a bunch of people showed up who were, like, Banjo fans and, like, experts in the chat. And I was like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, well, there's no way this happened. And I was like, what? And they're like, well, there's a very small % soft lock that can happen, but it only happens to speedrunners. And I was like, well, great, okay. Of course that happens to me, where, with my fucking BH Ultra funny luck, where... Of course, when I finally get to the boss fight in the very final section, a glitch that only happens to speedrunners. Hey, Goose Juggler! Can't stay, doing my daily mid-work. Hello, hope you have a good day. Welcome! I was just talking about the fucking Banjo thing that pissed me off.
11:30 and they're releasing.
We're just hanging out and chilling in Zeta Rapids and watching...
We would like to play.
Watching midnight release streams. Why is it like an abandoned mall?
I know, right?
Okay, 31%.
Meanwhile, I'm
20%.
shiny hunting.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, I mean, I told people this is going to be a chill stream. I got nothing else planned today, because the videos need to upload in the background, but I'm sticking to my word of streaming every day until I make up the days I missed on my hiatus. But July, we're going to not have the camera for a while, and it's going to be mostly Pikmin month, I'll tell you guys that much. I'm playing Pikmin 1 through 4 in July.
It's morning.
Oh, nice.
They filled the mall with Wii's. They plugged up the windows with Wii's. Yeah, like, I want to do this so bad. I know it's like, maybe it's passe and just not a thing that happens anymore, but I would love to go to... And another thing is, like, because I'm a streamer now and have my own personality and, like, identity and character or whatever, whenever there's a big announcement, I want to react to it myself and stream my reactions. But I would also love to go to New York, Nintendo New York, and, like, be there for one of their big, like, when they're all looking at the screen and freaking out.
1 minute till the store opens.
The stream is high-key been pretty peak. I wanted to do this more often. I like these rabbit hole streams. This year my goal was to finish my backlog, because there's so many games I own that I've legitimately never played.
Yeah. Customers.
I need to go back and use the bathroom.
No worries. Nothing's happening.
Quick.
First unit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Quick question. After I finish leveling up this darn Gengar, should I try leveling up, let me check, Surfetch, or should I start doing the Masuda method again for Zigzagoon?
Chill, you got your numbers. You did the hard part.
You could do both. Oh, Masuda method.
I get really frustrated with hatching eggs, so
Well,
I try to only do that.
What you
not
could do
leveling
is, if you want to level up Surfetched and hatch eggs, is run around in the wild area, and I know they're very tiny twinkles and hard to see, so I don't know how that would work, but try and pick up rare candies in the wild area, because they're all over the place.
Yeah, I have over 600. I'm just a hoarder.
Was able to go to midnight release for Scarlet and Violet, felt nostalgic. Let me find, I wonder if I can bring it up on here. If this will work.
I have 610 rare candy, 200 large XP candy, and 100 extra large XP candy, but I'm a hoarder, so I keep trying not to dip into it too much, because what if I need it? Because my brain is weird.
No, I'm the same way. I'm a hoarder with specifically Pokemon. I don't like releasing stuff, but I also don't like getting duplicates. Let me find the video. It's a while back.
I have 4 full boxes of level 100 Pokemon.
Perfect. I still have my level 100.
I do a lot. Just from my copy of Shield. And I have a couple of level 100 shinies that I caught and then leveled up because I chose to, and I make poor decisions.
Okay, here it is, I think. This should be at the... Well, we just left GameStop. I ordered the Scarlet and Violet double pack. It did. Show the bag. Cool bag. And they're doing a midnight release, and before it strikes midnight, they're opening up, like, Smash to, like, play with strangers. I thought this person was gonna hit us. They might. So, we're gonna go back to GameStop at, like, around midnight. Huh?
That car pointed out earlier, it's right there.
Oh. Sorry. So picking up Scarlet Violet midnight tonight. That's when the launch is. And then Smash, also there. I'm excited, and we're gonna hit a bunch of spots before then. I am excited, but I already said that. Let's roll. You can tell how excited I am.
I'm not gonna look at the code card because I think it gives it away.
This is my roommate and buddy Logan, by the way.
First one. I'm looking away. Code card. Bye bye. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh fuck! Did I expose it?
I'm looking at him right now, but
Okay, I probably didn't get anything then. Energy, damage pumps, Viper, Stunfish, Rockruff, Seal, Shuppet, Machop, Pikachu, Cresselia Reverse, Porygon,
I like the art on that though.
That's a good art.
That's a good art. All right, this is gonna be loud as fuck because I'm blasting hot air because it is below frigid outside. It's currently 11:30. I'm gonna go inside.
Oh, man.
See what
Remember
shit they
when it
have.
was cold
I'm
out?
just excited, and that's
I
what's
missed
keeping
that.
me going. It's keeping my heart racing, keeping my
Me
heat
too.
up, so I'm not dying of hypothermia. Let's go inside. Sorry. Actually, I'm gonna stay in here a little bit. And
Except for I'm being a lot less sarcastic when I
I
say
was gonna
that.
say cool down, but that's also not correct.
It seems a lot less hype inside than it was. But they had a little Smash setup, and I was like, ooh, can I play? And then I won. They have Cubone. They had snacks, too. They had little treats and soda out. Ah, this shit's so sick. I just like I know people don't like GameStop, which is fair. They have weird business practices, but I love the aura of it, you know? Have fun.
I
This is the part
understand
of the
that.
video where I show my credit card number and 3 numbers on the back.
Oh, finally.
I've been waiting for this content.
I love the beanie you have.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh yeah, that's the old logo. Oh, the I mean, I talked about the boys and how the channel was a group channel before. The new
Right, that makes sense.
beanie I got with the new logo, I could only order like in bulk, like the least
Not that
amount I
it's
could get is
actually
like
important, but
14,
I
so I'm
think,
just giving them
everyone
out to
should know
people that
that
helped
I've
me in
won
the
every
past,
match
past
in Smash
contributors.
Bros.
That's cool.
Some guy got really mad because someone else was playing Kazuya, but
Oh,
it
that's
wasn't
nice.
involved me. It was an awkward experience though. Fucking Scarlet and Violet double pack. I'm gonna play this on stream. Obviously, you know that. I'm just excited, and the worst part is I'm playing it tomorrow. I have to wait, so I have to go to bed. I'm excited about a children's game. I waited on. That's my first midnight release, and you know what? I'm fucking stoked. I don't have to drive home, and it's still freezing. But I had fun. I met some nice people in there, talked with some dudes, played Smash with some people. Some people got upset. That was good. They didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. My first midnight release. I'm glad I documented. I'm gonna fucking race home and then pass out. Hopefully, I'm too giddy to fall asleep. Whatever. How do I end these? Well, we just left GameStop.
But yeah, that was my first Scarlet release. But I'm glad other people went to go get Scarlet and Violet. I hope it comes back, like in popularity. They had these yellow, yellow, green, red, blue cookies too. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you pre-ordered the DLC yet?
Yes. But that's online.
Yeah, I was just curious because my friend who actually told me about Garganical that got me to get the game, they have yet to order it.
I mean, it doesn't come out till like the fall, so I don't think pre-ordering it will do anything. If they want to get it, then they can.
Yeah. I was just curious because there have been times I meant to get something later and
Five Nights
then
Freddy shirt.
waited too long because I procrastinate and then it's gone.
Yeah.
My anxious nature.
They showed off WarioWare Smooth Moves. I want to get one of these. Like, if I ever have enough disposable income, get one of these, like, McDonald's N64 kiosks that have, like, the controllers, like, hooked onto it.
The Wii display board.
I know fucking, who was it, Seth Everman, who bought the GameCube, like, display?
Zelda games left.
But yeah, I think I just have nostalgia for GameStop, but I just, like, even when I'm not doing anything, I'll just walk to GameStop and hang out there.
Yeah, and I like to walk around, see the stuff.
And the people there are really nice. Like, I know that they're always trying to, like, you shouldn't trade shit in. But once you're over, like, as long as you don't trade stuff in, like, it's pretty decent. It's a fine game store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the issues people have are just trading in stuff, right? And I remember doing
I think
that
also
as a kid, bringing,
it's
like,
like
20...
they're not a very like place to do retail for. You know, like I know a lot of people complain about like having a shitty job there and stuff like that.
It's because you have to constantly upsell people, or like, oh, do you want the what? I mean, every job's like that, but I feel like GameStop's like, hey, do you want the power up program?
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna put her in the cage. She's going in the Wii cage.
It's like one of those Chuck E. Cheese machines where tickets fly all around. They're gonna put you in the Wii machine and you have to grab one. Golf balls? I swear we were ping pong balls when we put them in there. What's that from?
But that's not very exciting.
The guy has to hold the Wii.
Swishy, what's that from?
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry, I got distracted. Oh yeah, action.
It's from World Tour.
Oh wait, what'd you say?
Tour.
Fucking idiot. This guy's the total drama guy. What a fucking idiot.
Were you asking about the scene where like Jeff put in like ping pong balls, but then Chris replaced it with golf balls?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Wow.
haven't even seen the season and I got that.
Jen getting her Wii.
Golf balls? I swear there were ping pong balls when we put them in there. I know.
I
And
know.
I'm disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm just
disappointed. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm buying tickets. I
That's
was, like,
so
spaced
much
out with
worse.
Look at them. Wow, I love that shot. God, I want to do this so bad. I'm so excited for potential. Even if the Switch is just like super Switch, like more Switch, I'm still doing this shit. Oh no, TMTV is dead.
Yeah.
They only made it a year.
Jeez.
Is this Jimmy Fallon? Wait.
I would love to be able to go to like
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm like mad at you for that.
I wish there was a Pokemon Center near us that would do midnight releases of their plushies, because I would 100% go to that.
Oh yeah. On one hand, it would be better to have all these plushies at different stores. On the other hand, it feels like much more of a big event when you go to New York. You're like, oh, we gotta go to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Go to New York, go to the Pokemon Center, go to FAO Schwartz, and go to Broadway. And go to Mood.
17 people ahead of me.
All I've been there twice, and one time I was there for a black and white tournament, and one time I was there for WrestleMania, and both times I went to Nintendo Land, and it was different. Well, it was the Pokemon Center, and then it was Nintendo World, or Nintendo whatever they call it.
Behind me, but yeah, I'm just here on my 3DS.
Because it used to be just
waiting.
I was playing 3D Land.
But hopefully I get mine. I'm getting the deluxe edition. I'm just playing some Mario. And yeah, YouTube.
Yeah, now that I know that Nintendo Land's there, I want to go back mostly for that.
Nintendo store is surprisingly small. I was like, oh wow.
It has 2 floors, but no, you're right. Like it is.
Yeah.
I mean, square footage in stores in Manhattan is.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a big part of it. But I always assumed it'd be like way more like extravagant.
I don't know what I'm gonna buy. A couple of games, but
it's like no, I mean seriously, like it feels like just a themed Toys R Us, like just the way it's kind of like organized and stuff.
I'm just not getting.
Except for the gigantic screen people watch directs on.
What, they always switch out a statue too, and when I was there it was Donkey Kong, and Ultimate had just come out, and I was a Donkey Kong main, so I was cool. I was posing with him.
At about 6 o'clock. There were
fine, because I know, like, I saw the destroyed, or the Game Boy that survived a bombing. I saw that there. I think they got rid of it, but it was there when I was.
Oh yeah, they had some displays. Alright, that's true. But it's like I just saw a bunch of like plushies, all like purchasable. I almost did, but you know, the thing is, I'm just not much of. I don't buy a lot of stuff like that, so I was like, I guess I will.
That's
fair. I am quite the opposite. I have about 300 plushies in my room.
I'm wearing the fucking Rob Van Dam shirt in this picture. I didn't like ever since I was like 16. I just stopped growing.
Yeah, no, I'm basically. People tell me I look taller than I did like last year, but I don't. It's just, I think it's. I'm 6 feet 6'1" or something, but it's just like, yeah, no, I was that when I was like 14.
I'm 5'6" with terrible posture, so I'm basically 5'5".
I'm 5'2", and my cane is taller than me.
I was hanging out with my friend who's like 5'1" yesterday, and I was just. The gap is so jarring. It's like, whoa, okay, I can barely see you without either. And the thing is, I like naturally kneel down when they say something and I can't hear them.
Oh, what's that little guy? You got something to say?
Yeah, no, and I don't even mean to like be condescending. Like they said something to me, and I was like, oh sorry, I can't hear you, and I like moved down and closer, and I realized that I'm like, wow, that's like really condescending. It's literally condescending.
Oh, here's the fucking Tekken game we just talked about for the Wii U.
Oh, nice. Oh, do you remember Zombie U?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There was a guy, because everyone talks about Yogscast or Rooster Teeth or Sky Does Minecraft or whatever, but I was a big Creatures fan, and prior to that I got into it because of the YouTuber SSO HPKC, who was Seamus, and he played, like, they're the reason I found out about the Wii U, and he got it, like, launch and played, like, Zombie U and, like, New Super Mario Bros. U. I was into it. I was a huge fan. And him and like some guy I used to watch do Pokemon walkthroughs as a kid, like fell off the face of the earth in like late 2010s, and then they both came back like during the pandemic for like a month or two, and I was like, this is sick.
Who was the guy that did the Pokemon walkthroughs?
Leroy.
Okay, never mind. I was like about to like.
Who did you watch?
No, well there are a few. I mean, I remember Maryland.
I remember, yeah.
There's this one guy named Munching Orange, and I remember.
Yes. And his friend Purple Rodri.
I felt like the coolest person ever because like he was doing this. He was playing through a ROM hack. This is when I was in like 6th grade, and it was a ROM hack of like Pokemon Fire Red, but it's kind of like based on the anime. So they kind of like replicate a few episodes.
Oh, Ash Yellow or
Ash Yellow,
Ash Gray?
something like that. Ash Gray, I think.
Yeah.
And I was watching.
No, I did. I watched that exact fucking video.
Okay, well here's the thing. When he got the Charmander, like he was asking. He asked the comments to name it, so I wanted to name it, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna Tabasco.
Was that a fucking gun?
So I commented Tabasco, and I actually went on my other accounts and thumbed up my own comment because I wanted it so bad, and I actually got it. I got so the next day or a few days later, he did the next part.
That's
but it turns out I misspelled Tabasco.
Oh, okay. This
so
is
I felt so embarrassed.
Damn, we got to go back and watch that. There's also a video
Actually,
like
I would love to see that.
my channel I'm on now. It only dates back to like the first video was posted June 2019, but I technically do have presence on the internet prior to that. Like I'm in the history somewhere.
My first video, I think it's still up, is when I was 6. So it's like kind of crazy.
My little sister was in a Daddy05 video.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know who Daddy05 is, but
he's like that crazy person.
He abused his son in like prank videos, and then the custody got taken away. Yeah, my little sister's in one of those videos. Like she shouts out her Instagram because he met him on like the pier or something.
9:55 at the moment. The store opens at 10.
I watch Absol Blogs Pokemon for my Pokemon. The only person I watched as a kid who's still around is Shofu, and I'll always be a ride or die for Shofu. But I watch like him, Giancarlo. Fuck, what was it? Giancarlo Mango something.
Giancarlo Paramango.
Yes, 11.
So they're gonna have
Giancarlo Paramango 11. Yeah, him. And I went back to watch because I named my Zebstrika Dennis because he named his Dennis. Yeah, and then Leroy. I watch some Super Skarmory from time to time.
You're not gonna have this when.
Dude, Absol Blogs Pokemon is like the go. Like actually.
But Leroy was my big one. I loved Leroy so much. That was my first like big YouTuber I was like a fan of, or not even big, because it's weird to like. Hold on, let's check out Leroy. It's weird to come to terms with like, no, okay, 200K subscribers, and then he came back during the pandemic, and then stopped 2 years ago. But his most popular video, 1.5 million views. It's weird to.
You're ahead of that.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, some of the YouTubers I was obsessed with as a kid. At least as a teenager, I'm bigger than they are now. Or I was bigger now. I'm bigger now than they were at their peak.
This is a video I watched. Let me find it. This is a video I loved as a kid, or when I was younger. Sorry. I gotta find it. This guy named Musical Theater Mash did a video about musical episodes, and I was like, well, everyone's seen this video, so I have to be careful to not accidentally rip it off, so I can't talk about stuff he's already talked about. And I just know, like, it happened recently, I checked it, is that my musical video, like, surpassed his. And I assumed everyone had seen that video.
Yeah.
Where has he been? Where's Smash been?
Yeah, wait, where was his last video? Hold on.
7 years
2
ago?
years ago.
Wait, no, 2 years ago.
Educational theater during a global pandemic. I guess everyone came back during the pandemic, but I'm trying to find the fucking... Where's the video? Come on. There we go. Musical episode.
When the Davis
I did steal... I'm gonna be honest. I stole 1 bit from this video.
Months writing the Buffy the Vampire lie.
He's talking about the history of musical episodes and arguing what the first musical episode is.
For the cinema, now it's not. Religion history device and nightclub. Well, 5 sides later, both with probably not, but we're getting very close here. Through the 60s and 70s, there were a couple of close but not quite episodes. There's an episode of Gilligan's Island, Brady Bunch, all bursts for the weird threshold.
Yeah, there it is.
And then that's where things take a turn for the weird.
Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
This is the only reason I featured it in the video. With the Mario Brothers and Blummin's a game. We're not like the others that get all the fame.
It's weird and
my phone
it's
died.
Strange and
that's fine.
Surprisingly enough, might be the first example of a non-diegetic.
You guys all talking about YouTubers you watched when you were younger, and I feel silly because for the first 3 years I was on YouTube, all I did was watch bootleg episodes of Star Trek.
I would watch just Total Drama re-uploads.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the Star Trek.
Oh, this is the high quality version.
Fan series.
Wait, Andrew, actually, I don't know if you've seen this. There's a video. Have you seen those videos where it's like total drama?
You cut out.
Oh, sorry. Have you seen those videos where it's like total drama?
Fuck, you cut out again. Do it again. Say
oh my god, are you serious?
Total drama, and then you stop.
Discord doesn't like the information.
10 years later.
Okay, let me see what I can do.
I've seen the baby ones. The baby ones I remember watching as a kid.
One True Media.
Yeah. Okay, nope. I also like how the high quality theme song, it goes up to at most 360p.
Okay.
Disturbia. I wish I could show this because I remember this too. And that's probably how I learned this song is through this fucking fan cam. But I can't, that's copyright for sure. Cartoon Network Total Drama Island. I don't want to say it until I have them all down. Oh, here it is, 10 years later. Does this have copyrighted music? It definitely does. Your Revenge by the Plain White Tees. Alright, how does Beth look? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I have seen this. What's TD Zoe 101?
Okay. TDI Zoe 101.
What about TDI Danny Phantom? They just combined the goth characters. It's not, you can't. Zoe 101's another thing that's like making a comeback in like a modern thing, and I could not care less about it. Like, I didn't really care about the fucking iCarly reboot either, but like this is like, this goes hard. This goes hard. Feel free to screenshot. Who's Chewbacca? This is weird.
Oh wait, when did this come out? When did this come out? Check.
Did they predict it? 2009.
Yes, they predicted, bro.
They knew he was gonna become a fucking freak.
Oh, TDI Camp Rock 2. That's great.
All right, who else do they have?
I was thinking of reviewing that movie. Okay, yeah.
Padme as Gwen.
Didn't they just have Courtney as Leia? Or maybe I'm just no. I don't think.
Oh yeah. No, wait, hold on. No, that's Padme.
Oh, no,
sorry.
Okay, never mind.
Princess Leia. More like Queen Amidala. More like Queen Amadorka. I hate that line, but I have it burned into my skull. Who said that, Switchy? This is your quiz. Who said that?
What'd you ask?
She says, why are you doing your hair like Princess Leia? More like Queen Amidala. More like Queen Amadorka. Who says that?
Oh my god, why don't I know this? This was in season 2, right?
Nope.
Nope, that was in season 4.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
How do I not know this? Sorry, I don't know anything about Star Wars.
More importantly, how do I know this?
Yeah,
because I talk about it a lot. And it bugs me so much.
I'm a dorka. Who has hair like fucking? I'm like, oh, it's embarrassing. So this is season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry for giving it away.
He just watched this season too.
Partially.
Yeah, I know.
I've
watched this season like at least 10 times. I remember the said it. Like,
You.
Dear Mom and Dad, you guys are on my mind. I like Unregistered Hypercam too. He's just singing the theme song and dancing in RuneScape. I fuck with this. I wanna live close to the sun. Pack your bags, cause I've already. Oh, they ran out of space. That's that 4x3 for you. Let me find it. Which this is the one I watched, I think.
Look, Meta Knight.
Yeah, here it is. You guys fuck with Total Brawl Island? Anyone here? Anyone here a Total Brawl Island fan? I'll take that as a no. Are you still thinking?
yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh my God,
Who? All right, I don't. I gotta find the fucking clip now. I probably know exactly. Oh, my phone's dead. But who?
Okay, was Zoe the one with the hair?
Yes, Zoe was the one with the hair.
Yes.
Somebody
Anne
said
Maria?
yes, Anne Maria.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
it bugs me so much.
Okay, so what did they say? I'm trying to. Which episode was this?
She's doing her hair, and Anne Maria's spraying shit in her hair, and it's going into fucking Zoe's face.
Zoe's
Zoe
like,
complains about it. It's like, sorry, you can't look like Princess Leia. And Zoe's like, more like Queen Amidala. And then Anne Maria says, more like Queen Amidorka.
That's it. Yeah, no, that's in the second episode. I was just like, it's always like gone in one ear. I don't know. That's Star Wars.
You want to know what Anne Maria says in her audition tape?
I have not watched the audition tapes in a while.
Hi, I'm Anne Maria, and I am so going to win this show. Okay? I never really watched Total Drama.
It's like to Drama Island, whatever. Oh, did she say Drama?
Yeah, she says Total Drama Rama or whatever.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
She knows. She tried to warn us. All right, what's next on the doc? What's in this side?
Actually, pull up the Munching Orange video. I'm curious.
Okay, yeah.
Munching Orange, Charmander.
It'll be Ash Gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he's like deleted it.
No, him and Purple Rodri would play together.
Okay, so this would probably be scroll down.
Yeah,
episode 7.
Previously on your quest, we saved and route Graver. Bulbasaur repeats his
Or it might be the one after, because this is the one where he catches Charmander.
Well, I want to see how.
Not, then we're pretty.
Charmander. That's what I remember. There's very select Pokemon episodes I remember. I remember the one where that guy named AJ abused his Sandshrew. Like, he whipped him. And the characters left, and it's like, all right, well, we'll see you again someday, and we never see him again.
Yeah.
And then
sometimes bring back
remember this episode was like Charmander. That guy
they would sometimes bring back like a one-time character, like 100 episodes later.
Yeah.
They did that with James's fiance.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Ash Gray version. Last episode, we found
not his
a beautiful
parents.
little
Dude, his mic isn't as good as I remember.
In the middle of the rain,
yeah.
And we got asked if we wanted to.
Dude, wait till you see the fucking. We'll watch it. The Giancarlo. Fucking Pokemon Black. Like, it's.
600 comments, so thank
he
you
just has
so
a camera
much
pointed at his
for everyone that left a
DS.
comment in the last video. Now, there were a lot of really cool nicknames. I really liked a lot of them, and a lot of them were voted up, like this one, this one, this one, and that one.
Salmon.
Keep going.
They were all pretty great, but my personal favorite is this one.
This is Fuego 4.
No,
I was like a
it's
joke.
this one. So that's what we're gonna nickname Charmander.
Hey,
Was that it? Was that Jaw Jaw?
It's Jaw 3. Back when I had my so that was a drawing I did. It was very much inspired by like the Ed's World profile picture.
It's really unfortunate. I know it means Club Penguin, but that you ended.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh yeah, I make the best CP content.
Jaw 3 CP. Hit me up for more CP content.
So funny is that it was so common. Every like Club Penguin had CP in their name.
Yeah, and it's like it's like a Pokemon Go thing too. I think, right?
Yeah, like combat points or
There's
something.
some words that have just been straight ruins. Like, I used to love the term goon, like a henchman, who like works for and like the under my nose, all of a sudden the word goon no longer
like
means
Maybe you wanted me to
masturbate or
spell
whatever.
it
Yeah.
out, but then that would seem weird.
Does it just mean masturbate? I feel like it's much more gross.
Well, for the goon
Vasco.
cave thing, it's like this like weird kind of. Should I bring this up on stream?
I don't care.
Okay, so it's like this concept of like worshiping
Previously on
porn or something like that. It's
I've
a weird
seen the
thing.
images. Against
What's-
my own will, but I've seen them.
Non-ace people are weird.
I know, right?
I feel like ace people
Could not be
masturbate.
me.
I don't think they have the same relationship to porn that some of these goon.
Yeah, that's
people
my
do.
point. Like, I mean, I could take it or leave it. I don't get why people get obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Granted, people don't get why I got obsessed with Star Trek, so.
That's basically porn if you think about it. He kisses
Kinda,
so many
yeah.
people in that show. You could argue.
Oh, I don't care about the. I mean, yes, but Kirk is my least favorite character.
Damn.
My favorite Star Trek was DS9.
I haven't watched the show, but I think I would like it.
He was holding the fucking
I would-
NES
2020
weirdo. What the hell was that?
2020.
It
They knew.
low-key introduced the first gay couple in Star Trek history.
And had the first
I say
interracial
that
kiss on
because
TV,
Creed-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the original series. I'm talking about
Picard.
Deep Space Nine. Look,
When they do stop
Nope,
to
that
talk,
was
it's in a
Next
language only
Generation.
they understand.
although
John
Picard and
Stossel
Q,
went out
yes.
to discover
Wait,
that
so was it the
but,
same cast for the
success.
other show? Because it was
First, they
just
had to find
Jean-Luc and Kirk, right? Those were the two.
New York City, early in the morning.
Well, the
Before the
original
toy stores
series
open,
had
they're
Kirk,
lined up
Spock,
outside.
McCoy, Scotty, Uhura, Sulu, and Dr. Chapel. Well, I forget her name, and Chekhov. Next Generation had Picard, Riker,
Not to get one.
Troy.
Came 1,000 miles just for this game?
Brain isn't working.
I've done 7.
It's interesting. Sorry,
the
just part of this
female doctor.
video is that like you look back at like retro games, like people waited to play Mario 2, and Mario 2 is a great game, but like it's not like Halo where it's like okay, yeah, like that. It's weird to wait in line. You guys want to hear a fun fact about Mario 2? I bet you've never heard this one.
Oh, did you know it's based on Doki Doki Panic?
Fuck!
No, it's actually based on Doki Doki Literature Club.
I
almost
hate
accidentally
that
said
game.
Literature Club.
I hate that game. It's one of the few like popular games that I just cannot stand.
I always was just kind of disappointed
say-
with it because it's like oh my god, the game is real, dude.
It's
sorry.
all my least favorite things rolled up into one. It's like a gimmick game where it's like, ooh, it's a thing that's normal, but it's actually scary. It's a dating sim, and it's like an anime game. And I don't like any of those things.
Yeah, I think for me it's just that like, dude,
I cannot find it.
just like that.
So I have to have this on Christmas Day.
Oh god. No, you keep going.
No,
So to
I was gonna
please
say, I
the
will
kids,
say at
they
least
line
the
up at
price
the
was
few
very
stores that have been
reasonable.
able to get
Yeah, true,
copies
it's
of
free.
the hottest Nintendo games.
Yeah,
Mario
until
I
it
thought the
wasn't.
idea of like you had to
Adventure
open
of Link.
files and delete Monica, that was cool, but that's like
Yeah, but again, it's
everything
more like
else.
gimmick stuff. Like, oh, it's like the Luna game. Like, oh, it's a thing, but it's scary, and it gets in your computer, it knows your name.
Children.
And if that was the first one, then fine. But it was like
Kids are
after
talking less
Undertale and all the
about
other
clothes
gimmick
and
horror
sports
games.
and what
Yeah, I think it
jokes
just
and
started and ended with
more
Undertale
about
for me. Like it's like I was never impressed by anything like that ever
after
again.
school. Even on the
I have
day
a
that
similar
brings the
relationship with
first
Undertale that I do like
beautiful
Majora's
snowfall of the
Mask.
season.
Is that like the
Everyone's
really
eager to
cool
get
that
inside
kid
the
just
house
pushed that
first
other kid over.
beautiful snowfall of the season.
Is that the gimmick is like really cool conceptually and as a story, but it's kind of antithetical to playing it and exploring. Because like in Majora's Mask, it's like hard to explore new things because you're set to that time, and in Undertale, like you can't. Once you do something, you're just kind of doing that thing. You don't know which path you're
Everyone's
taking.
eager to get
It's hard to go
inside
about
the
the game
house
like normal.
so they can
But on the other
rush
hand,
and
it's
get
hard
to
to
the
play the
television
game.
set.
Whose kids are these? Why are there like 18
Usually
of
they
them?
don't play together.
But it's
what is this, an orphanage?
All they have is the NES. This year is actually 2018. They just got the NES. What the fuck was that?
Cartridge into this deck, which attaches to any television set.
Oh, it's a dog. I thought it was like a bald man. That scared the shit out of me. It's just a very tall dog.
Oh god. Andrew, have you ever seen that video? It was like a Tobuscus video 2012 where he was like doing a vlog and he saw a mannequin in a suit and he screamed Slender Man and like dropped his camera.
I think I've probably seen that clip. I don't know if I've seen it.
These controls direct the characters. The better your eye-hand coordination.
I will
the
say
better
I
you do.
wish those games
Never
would
has
at
there
least
been a
be
toy that's been
accessible
this
because I was stuck.
Bruce Apar is editor of a
Everyone I
magazine that
talked to
follows the industry.
said I'd love Undertale. I finally got it. I can't play it. Like, it's physically impossible.
It has pretty simple designs, but I feel like that would make it harder to see.
Which is
Yeah, and it's mostly text-based, and I double-checked through the settings, and there is no accessibility setting.
Bummer.
Now,
For
why is it so successful?
even a
Well, the
computer
people in the
voice
industry
to read.
say
Accessibility settings
I
are a
mean,
pretty
has the
recent
best
thing,
games.
right?
They come in two
Yeah,
categories.
I mean, I remember he
Sports
actually
games
updated
such
the
as
game within a
tennis,
few months.
hockey,
Originally, the
football,
color
boxing.
when it was
All
doing
with
it.
good graphics and sound effects.
Originally, it was like a
Even
different
more
shape, but he
popular are
changed
the
to make it
adventure
easier for
games like Super
blind people.
Mario. They tend to have
I was like,
ludicrous
yeah.
plots. Mario is an
What about you,
Italian
Meep?
plumber who, under your control, enters the Mushroom
mean,
Kingdom.
it-
to fight off killer
accessibility
turtles and deadly
is
ducks
a
until he can
semi-new
rescue
concept
the
for
Princess
games,
Toadstool.
but the old text-based
kids
games
love
were accessible.
What's good about it?
Birdo.
Like, the older style of games were actually accessible, and it was when graphics started to be
That makes sense.
started to become the main thing, and then focus on it that slipped away.
There was not that I remember because I don't think I didn't get an HD TV till later, and I didn't have that game, but I heard that like I think Dead Rising, that's the game in the mall, right?
I think so.
That was the first
Still
game that like
zombies.
needed HD. If you play that game on like a CRT, you just cannot read the text boxes. Like they're unreadable.
Mhm.
So that was the first big game that everyone's like, "Oh shit, I gotta get an HD TV."
But you pick up this thing and
By the way, this
it-
kid
it's
said his
got
favorite part of the
nose.
game is Birdo. Based.
And also there's this part where you can't go anywhere except for fall down a pit, but
It's crazy
you
to think
pick
that
up
everyone in this
thing
video
and
is dead now.
This rocket appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know, right?
And it flies to another board. Weird.
And it's a big improvement
Oh, wow.
over the first video games like Atari's Pong and Space Invaders.
Okay.
Because today's computer chips are better. They
Today's
have more
computer
memory.
chips are better.
Much more involved in playing the game, much more
No,
exciting.
no,
Better
do
use of
not
color,
break
better
out,
use
do
of
not
music.
run away.
It's not just
little-
stick figures anymore.
Oh,
We
brat.
have literally over 100 different.
I just got a
characters,
shiny.
people,
That's a
animals.
crazy
Why do
way to
they
hold an
touch their
NES.
fucking? Yeah, I kept thinking that. It's like
That's probably actually ideal though. I never thought about
you
that,
might
but
be right because like the shifting your thumb might be a little bit in like just.
Yeah,
Like,
just
not as
using your
good as like
fingers.
having the but I don't think it like shape like forms around your hands.
maybe this guy's used to WASD and just like
Yeah.
because there were computer games
Well, I
at the
guess
time.
that's
They weren't
closer
popular.
to how you play games at the.
You see this spread out
Yeah.
over
He's
different
just so used to
worlds, different
Overwatch.
worlds,
Yeah,
different
translated
sets.
to the
If you think about
NES.
the way a movie is produced. There are levels with caverns, and you break
What
into
game is
underground
this?
oceans.
There's secret holes
Jason.
that you go into.
They don't make
Jason!
glass. They don't make glaze. They don't make glasses like Chris Chan shirt.
Oh my
Go
God.
back. There he is.
Delight
looks
in
like him,
finding
too.
new
Or
twists
her,
to the
sorry.
game.
You've seen the fucking the sweepstakes video, right?
The
like
Chris Chan one?
yes. Oh god, let's watch that. Actually, I never watched the full thing.
There's another video. Not to like dog. I'm not. I just want this is just for historical record. There's another video I really want to see after this too, but this was her first appearance. The earliest what's it called?
Finally tonight,
The earliest
Hanukkah
known
hedgehog
footage
is
of her that
running wildly
exists.
in the Chandler household this weekend. 12-year-old Christian Chandler of Charlottesville was the winner in a video game shopping spree. Christian is one of
It
only
really
about
is
100
interesting,
winners
not from
nationally
like a
to
creepy
receive
standpoint of like, oh, we need to
$1,000
document this
worth of Sega games and
person,
equipment.
but like an
For his
infamous
parents, it's just
internet
another example of how well he's
creator
doing. Christian is
who
a
like just kind of
high-functioning autistic
accidentally
child.
ends up
This
in
past fall, on his
places.
own initiative, he
Like you'll
entered
watch
a
this
contest
video and be like, oh
based on a
shit.
favorite cartoon
There was
character.
a TikTok audio that was trending about like asking people about genders, like, oh, ask him how many genders there are or whatever. And one of the people says like, oh, I just learned it's 38. And then you watch the video and it's fucking Chris.
Had to do was exactly
Really?
what
Yeah,
Sonic the Hedgehog
she's just all over the place.
cartoon, and
Oh, wait, I've
I'd
seen
written
that.
it like it says at the
End of it.
and write it down for a whole week, and then
And I
I had
just
to mail
won.
it in, and I had to be drawn out of a hat, and I just won.
And Christian's father says it only
Okay,
takes
I
a few
just got a
hours for him to
shiny
master an electronic game and then
Cramoran.
move
Let's
on
go.
to another. I can't master
Oh,
any
the
of them.
Cheeto
That's
flavor
it for
one.
now,
I got one of
and it's
those.
just coming up on the NBA basketball
Yeah, I
game
caught
at
it in a
5:30.
dive
It's not
ball.
6:30.
I was
Worth a
afraid
set
it
of
was
his
going to
own
run
cords and
away.
equipment. Christian is autistic, but his entering the contest completely of his own accord was a sign to his parents of how well he is getting along.
Oh,
What I had to do was exactly watch Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, and I'd listen to what Sonic says at the end of it, and write it down for a whole week.
And now the best
then
part is
had
I don't have to
mail it
breed
in,
to get
and
it
has
anymore.
To be drawn out of a hat, and I
Breeders.
just won.
That's another subreddit. There's like an
antinatalism.
No, like an anti like having kids, like an anti kids subreddit, and they call people who have kids breeders.
That's such a breeder mindset.
Is this the? This
Well,
might
if
be
you
it.
have grade
This one's a lot
schoolers
funnier because it is an adult Chris.
House, they'll probably be interested in this next report. Now, if you don't, you can learn about a craze that's been sweeping the nation. NBC 12 reporter Jim Babb
This is
marched into the
Pokemania.
marketing breach today to bring us this story of Pokemon.
I'll trade you this.
There's all these kids gathering and
I'm like expecting Chris Chan to be sitting with them.
you'll know.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
You've got hundreds of these cards.
I got some. Yeah, and I've got a lot more at home.
So tell me, why do you like Pokemon?
I don't know.
You're not sure why you like it, but you do, right?
Yeah.
Wait, was that? Hold on, sorry. Oh, that's a rock shirt. Okay.
Yeah.
I know these things.
Like so many other fads, it got started with a kids' TV show. And now Pokemon...
That's not true. That's not true. Actually, that's not what
Every
happened.
Saturday at this Chesterfield...
Well, in America, it is.
I think America, the anime came first, though. Yeah.
Yeah, America anime and then cards and then game.
County bookstore, and they
Or the cards launched with the show.
$30 with a discount.
Then the games begin
There's
with
all the kids.
Byzantine rules. How do you play the game?
It's too
I
complicated.
can't explain it, it's too long.
I'll put out my Dragonair, even though it has this.
Yeah!
Oh boy.
Slam attack.
Now it has 3 energy on it. Slam attack.
So if you had the time...
How old is Chris Chan?
Currently, like 40.
So at this point, what, like 16, around there? I don't want to do the math. So like 40, I guess
maybe
83.
older. See, like,
yeah, because I mean, this person looks like at least like 15 or 16.
She's dressed like Ash. I don't know if you could tell, but she's got the
Yeah,
jacket and
that's a good point.
Here's the thing, right? And I said this on a previous stream. This idea of cringe and cringe content. I feel like people have lost the plot a little bit. And because of characters like Leafy or whatever, people that were like, oh, owning this cringe, people got on like their high horse about like, look how strange these people are being. Look how weird and subhuman they are. When I believe that cringe videos like this, if you want to call them that, are entertaining because it's both nostalgic and relatable. Like when you see someone scared in a video game or playing a video game, you also get scared because and when you see someone happy, you feel happy. It's just the way we share human emotions. When you cringe is just secondhand embarrassment. I watch videos like this, and I'm not like, oh, look at this fucking loser. I'm like, oh, this. If I had a camera and posted to YouTube, I absolutely would have done this exact thing. I'm watching this and being like, oh, look at 16-year-old Chris at the Pokemon thing, but I would have done this exact thing too. I would do this now.
Yeah.
And I think that's
There's still time.
I'm not dead, but yeah, there's like this idea of like, oh, look how weird these people are being. When I think engaging with what we call cringe videos is more of a relatable thing where we've all been there and it's kind of fun, especially if it's kids being cringy, because all kids are cringy. And it just like, I'll watch videos of like the kids
and terrifying
playing doing Kingdom Hearts in the parking lot. I love that video because that is absolutely something I would have done had I had a camera and a YouTube channel at the time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
and
fair
it's sweet because they're enjoying themselves and not listening to other people's nonsense.
Yeah. Like there's like convention cringe videos, and some of them are just like
17.
Huh?
Sorry.
Oh,
No,
17 episodes. Okay. there's like convention cringe videos, and granted, some of them are like guys being creepy, but most of them are just people being cringy at conventions, which is like honestly, that's most
Creepy
of it.
is different from cringy.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that is genuine cringe, because people I changed the thumbnail to the Clone Wars video. I like this one a little more.
They're soon gonna add A/B thumbnail testing, broadcast 2 thumbnails at once.
Oh, weird.
And you can kind of like pick which one has like better engagement. Or
Nobody watched this video, but I gotta... Why is it in 4x3? I should have done that.
I know a guy, he released a recent video of his just in 4x3.
I would love to do that. I wish I had the fucking...
always in motion.
The balls to do it. Can we find the...
Like most videos, I was just planning on doing a long retrospective drink at all, but I'm a little bit of
You can hear me losing my voice.
night lifestyle. I say this a lot in videos because I am a little bit of a shill when it comes to certain stuff. That I don't want this to be like, hey, this is your.
I got so sick after MagFest, but I also blew up my voice immediately during the tournament.
Were you like streaming?
Yeah, I was commentating, and then I interviewed some people.
It wasn't all great.
So we were full sitting on, what was it, like the second day? Yeah, the second day. Yesterday. And some dude came up to us, and he was like, this is really weird, but have you seen any cross-dressing Koreans here? And we were like, what? We were
That is weird. He's right.
I really didn't know what to say.
I think that's the appropriate response. Did he walk away?
Yeah, he said, oh man, and he just walked away.
What?
I was like, okay.
And he approached specifically you, or he was like,
specifically
that is. Yeah, no, that's definitely a strange story.
Apparently, somebody shat in an elevator recently.
Oh,
Recently,
you can
as in,
also
like, this
update
weekend?
the
I wish I heard
Hisuian
about this. I
Pokemon,
didn't-
I wish I had
the
never
regional
heard about
forms
That's
and
a
the new
good point, yeah.
evolutions
I mean,
to
I've heard
Scarlet and
stories
Violet.
about people puking from
Sorry, this is Bridget, right? That's what the cosplay is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
the balcony.
That's the only Guilty Gear character I know.
Somebody,
It is Guilty
like,
Gear,
took a
right?
shit in the fountain.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on here.
You know, a lot of weird people come here sometimes, but
But there was some, like, there's the people in, like, fucking costumes or whatever, and that's not cringe, but then there were people just being weird and creepy. I want to find the other interviews. I really liked this one. I like the way this one turned out. People didn't fuck
Why
with
don't
it
I
as
make a
much.
new character
But
for that?
you know who is a fan of this video? Who told me? Nicktendo.
Really? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
because other people are like, "Oh man, Izzy," or like, "My babysitter's a vampire," or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, I really like the Magfest one," which I appreciate.
How'd you meet him?
He was in the comments. Oh, it's raining. He was in the comments of the Nickelodeon video. And he said like, "Oh, cool," because he like covers. I mean, his name's Nicktendo. I think his name is Nick, but still.
Yeah, fits together
And
pretty
he
well.
and he liked that I covered Arrested Development, and then I think I reached out to him on Twitter, whereas like Salty followed me on TikTok.
Nice.
And I don't know, is he still Awestruck Vox? Kevin follows me on TikTok too, the guy who did the Steven Universe theories back in the day. Yeah, he follows me. I haven't really gotten in contact with him. And then I think I'm just going down the line now because I've made so many friends this year and it's exciting. How did we get in contact?
Oh, so I think I messaged.
Was it just on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were DMing like a week after the Izzy video came out. Because I remember, I think we were talking like while I was driving to like have dinner on my birthday.
There and then I think Quentin was just over Twitter. Most of them are Twitter, some of them are TikTok, but they start on like YouTube. I said this previously that like if YouTube all of a sudden went away one day, I would be like broken and wouldn't know what I would do with myself and have like no purpose. If Twitter went away one day, I would be relieved. I cannot stop using it, but I need them to take it away from me.
Yeah, for sure.
That being said, it's the best way to get in contact with people.
For
but
sure.
YouTube got rid of the dislikes because they want to be more like other social media. It's like, hey, if you want to be more like other social media, why don't you bring back fucking DMs?
That was a weird thing for them to take away. And
it
they
would
actually
make everyone's job so much easier.
back in like 2012,
what?
there was like an old
Just
like
Magfest?
private message system. They took that away, got a
People
new
do it,
thing
I
that
would
was
at
like
least
DM.
throw one in just
That
because.
away. So it was
I
always
tried
like.
one, but like that was on the roof where no
Yeah.
one could hear me. So.
Oh yeah, just it's getting all your emotions out. It's an
If
internal
AO3 went away, I would just start doing arson.
All right.
These furries were very short. I don't know if you could
No,
see
it's
me
an
like,
internal
because
thing.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
also short, but I'm like leaning down with the mic.
Oh god, one of them must be like 4'11.
All right.
I've heard about it, and then I heard it.
Okay. What
This
do
guy didn't want to be in an interview, but he holding a thing, so I was just like, just stand over there slightly out of frame and hold this.
you know about it?
It's just a roar, and I like to join in.
Wait, have you ever started one?
I've never started one.
Would you like to
It's
start
just
one?
me getting people to
I could start
scream.
one.
You've never started one before?
Never.
Which character is this? This is Attack on Titan, right?
I think
Vi?
Leon?
Like the
I don't have the
Levi?
confidence either.
Is that what that is? The whole
Yeah. So you've heard
Mona
it.
Pizza.
I've actually
Oh, is this WarioWare Mona?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit, I know that character. I didn't. Oh man.
Okay.
This one, she was really cool too.
Have you ever caused one?
No.
Surprise, surprise! At the convention, the two girls I talked to were the nicest ones and the least. No one was creepy, but yeah.
haven't actually.
Do you have any interest in causing?
I would love to.
Apparently, one year, one
This
of
is
the
my
concert
favorite
halls
interview.
was next to the arcade room, and they had the X-Men arcade game like pressed against the wall.
Because
And
she like had been here prior years and she
of
knew the
course,
lore.
when Colossus powers up, he does that kind of noise.
For anyone who hasn't seen the video, at MagFest, it's a thing that people just do this yell, and then it echoes throughout like the halls, and people, it's like a wave, but with this
So
yell.
people could hear it through the concert hall because it was so loud.
And I was interviewing
And, you know,
people about it,
just
and I
started
tried to get
doing
some
that,
people
and
to
just
do it.
Sort of became a tradition.
And one of the shots
People
happens,
just
one
scream
dude
and they
yells,
scream in
he
return.
screams so loud. Yeah, this guy, and no, hold
It
on.
became a tradition. People just scream and they scream in return.
Perfect. And it was
There you
sped up. We're gonna use like reverb and slow it down, make it sound real scary. All right. What do you think, Magfestini?
This is lore. I like this one. That's the thing is, like, the videos this year haven't been doing great, but all of them I feel like have some sort of impact. Like, I'm really glad I did the MagFest one, and even though not a lot of people watched the Portal one, I have had so many more people like reach out to me, and even like in the Discord and say like, "Oh, I started playing Portal because of that video."
I literally just played Portal 2 the other day because of that.
Yeah. And those are my favorite games of all time. And even if I can make like a couple people play those games, it's like worth it.
Yeah. How do you predict the next video to do? Are you
It's
like
either going to do poorly. I mean, these are the two options. It's either going to do poorly and it'll just be like whatever, or this is the one I put the least amount of writing into and it'll do really well and I'll be a little upset about it.
Yeah, no, because so I mean, obviously the revenge videos do. The video I made before that, which was like a Club Penguin video, I was kind of like I don't want to say banking. I was expecting it to do a little bit better because the first one did like great. It got like 180,000. But it now only has like 3,000 views, which is like
Yeah, the one previous, yeah, it's mostly
190.
I mean, Smiling Friends Iceberg, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it did pretty well, but
Earthbound. Did you do this thumbnail? Or did you?
No, so that's my friend Guy with the Pie. He does Animal Crossing art, but I love his art style. So I like asked him, "Hey, can you do a picture of Nintendo, but with like a SpongeBob crying?"
God, I would love to do an iceberg video. I was in one of Zero Omen's Aquatine icebergs, and that was a lot of fun. But man,
I mean, honestly, it like making the total drama iceberg opened up opportunities for me that I would have never had otherwise. Like it was just so,
and the thing is,
I mean,
like, even if you like, I'm sure you want to do other stuff, as do I. But
Yeah.
even if you like have to do total drama, like you space these out like what, like every year maybe? You
Yeah,
do
every
one?
year.
And we could potentially keep getting more seasons, so you could
Yeah.
hypothetically do it like indefinitely.
That's the thing, and that's why I'm glad. I mean, that's the thing because
cut out.
honestly,
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's why I'm glad it's a yearly thing because it's something that I can space out pretty well. You know, I mean, some people. Well, I mean, people still occasionally say, "Hey, do more total drama,"
but it's just like, you know, I mean, so basically what I do is I kind of like make some random stuff like 6 months out of the year, and then I dedicate 4 to 6 months to the next Total Drama video.
Is there a specific season you try and do them, like at summer? Or is it
So
just,
okay,
like,
well
whenever?
actually, so I started working. Well, okay, so the Revenge of the Island video, actually, I was filming part of it in September, and that's the beginning where I was with the Chris voice actor, and we washed my car.
Yeah.
So that was because I was in Savannah that weekend. And I was in Savannah that weekend, so I was like decided to like just film that with him because I already had the idea for it. And then, but like I like sat down and just started writing it like officially, where I would like review like an episode a day more or less in early February, and I had it. I was like filming it in like I was filming and recording everything in like March, and then I edited everything in like March and April.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But so like it's just like you release it when it's done, or did you plan on?
No. So I mean I was actually. Sorry, I keep cutting out. It's so annoying. I started a little early this time around because I wanted to see if I could get it out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But just because there's a lot of people that help out with the project, like, you know, there's animation, and actually I had my friend compose some original tracks, some original music for this one. So there's a lot of people to work with, so I wasn't able to like put the final project together until like just last week.
There's a ton in this video, guys, if you haven't seen it yet. Oh, what's the most replayed? Oh, it's the gamer.
I guess so, yeah. It's so funny. Like originally there were way fewer jokes in that. But it was so funny because like a month before the video came out, there was like a whole bunch of there was like someone posted that clip from the show where he's like, my ultimate gamer dream, and I was like, actually I'll put that in the video. So I like went back and like added it in.
Back to back, these are both very fucked up. I think I'm covering it, but this guy looks like Switchy if he got a glow up, and then immediately after the Matt Pat of Total Drama.
It's like that's like a huge confidence boost, and then like, hey, you're the
Well,
Matt Pat
no,
of
the
Total
first
Drama.
one's like I feel like kind of an insult to you.
Yeah, that guy was kind of like, he was like leaving a lot of mean comments.
Yeah,
I was
and then
like,
the one
dude,
after,
chill
like,
out,
this
bro.
is fine. Like, I'll do along with the joke, but like those two comments back to back, like, glow up, and then also, oh, this guy's the Matt Pat of Total Drama. None of us got out unscathed.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Oh no, never mind. You're the one who's wrote.
Who's
I
this
just
jabroni?
I saw the "Who's this jabroni" comment, and I was like, I'm surprised when people didn't know you. But then I realized, oh wait, no, he's the one that commented.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff, honestly, like, some of it was like, oh, BH Ultra, I love his videos, plural, but most of it was like, oh, I saw the Izzy video.
Oh yeah, I mean I had the idea. It's like B Ultra somehow.
Yeah.
Or BH Ultra, because like, people kept commenting on, first of all, my antagonist video, like, hey, you should.
Whoops.
They kept saying you forgot Izzy.
Uh-huh.
And also people just like kept commenting stuff regarding Izzy being evil on like all my other stuff. I'm like, all right.
And
you
then
know. Yeah.
another thing of these two back to back of please stop, and then what I imagine is meant to be Schlatt, because I get that a lot. I still get Schlatt comments like to this day.
Dude, it was so funny. I remember when my clone Switchy 2.
Mm-hmm.
People kept saying, "Bring back the old Switchy. Bring back the first Switchy."
Yeah.
And basically what happened is he like took over the video for like 3 or 4 minutes, and eventually I come back. But then towards the end where I apologized to him, like people kept like saying, "Oh yeah, I miss Switchy too," and then people started telling us to kiss.
I saw that. Yeah. People don't know where they got till it's gone.
Yeah, I know, right?
This dude thinks he's map. Oh, that's me. Okay.
If you guys want, if you want, I could do like a recording of explaining the difference between a dualist and Watsonian explanation, and why people should stop complaining about theories.
We talked about this before. You've talked about wanting to... Was it you that said you wanted to do videos? I know a lot of people have said that.
No, I'm terrified.
Okay, I think it was Ribs.
I don't...
Is there... my advice is always just, just do it. Like, you don't need to wait for equipment or anything. Just make shit.
Yeah, you're better off just making shit.
I could... like I could write down an explanation for one of you guys for one of your videos is pointing that out because people are stupid.
Right.
And I will start doing arson again.
And yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, when
we
you're
do not legally condone, but we don't legally condemn either. We are indifferent.
I don't legally condone it, but I'm also, I'm not a snitch.
Yeah, I'm
so,
not gonna tell people not to.
Canada's already doing arson to us. It's perfectly legal if I do arson back.
God
right?
forbid an American citizen have a little fun.
Yeah, I know.
Also, like, this is obviously a compliment, but it got to me when it's like, I love his nostalgic content. And to be fair, I do cover a lot of, like, childhood shit, but, like, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm becoming, like, I like Nostalgia Critic, or at least I don't dislike him as much as other people do.
Yeah.
But no,
well,
I gotta start. I want to cover, like, more, I feel like of all the stuff I've covered, like, hold on, let me...
I have a problem with the
oh my god, dude! Oh my god, the Izzy isn't crazy.
Yeah, I
video.
saw it. I feel like because this is like from that era, and this is from that era. But I feel like Wrestling Society X and Portal and Magfest are their own thing. Actually, this is like looking back. There actually hasn't been there many videos. I was like, oh man, we did so many this year, but it's really only been 5 so far because now we're at the end of June.
Yeah. But you also did Grandma. Grandma got run over by a
Yeah, that was
reindeer.
true. That was for Christmas. Oh, the fucking Smash Bros. Video was supposed to come out then. But then I was like,
really?
I cannot finish this, so I did this as a filler. So my backup plan is, I want the video to come out in October, but if it doesn't and it needs to come out in November, then I'll do, like, I think Underfist, which is another nostalgia thing, for the October filler video, because that was the final Billy and Mandy movie, and it came out Halloween 2008, and I distinctly remember that.
So wait, do you have, like, the Smash video written? Like,
I'm currently writing it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going week by week from March when it was announced to Sora, and I'm in K. Rool announcement right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm doing like a week a day.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fun to like, I'm getting giddy about it and wanting to post like videos I find while watching stuff. There's so many things that like either predictions or just stuff we knew. People are talking about Skull Kid right now, and it's 2018 and somebody's like, oh, apparently we're getting like a Mario movie or something. I guess we'll see when that comes out.
No, I remember people were so skeptical of it because it was Illumination.
Yeah. Did we know it was Illumination back then, or did we just know they were making a Mario movie?
Oh, we might have not.
People were still skeptical.
Yeah, I mean, especially because I remember like that whole like green text where it's like
Oh yeah, it opens with LMFAO.
Yeah. Or no, it was TikTok by Kesha.
Yeah. They could have done. I mean, to be fair, that's basically what they did in the movie.
Yeah, no, it's a shame because they use it all the they like had a bunch of original tracks, but I think they like replaced it with like just like 80s music and stuff just for the kind of like just because, you know, I guess to get parents interested or whatever. It's like, oh god.
Or like nostalgia, yeah, but like what was I going to say? But if you listen to the soundtrack, they made actual fantastic compositions for each scene, but they just didn't use them.
It's so annoying. I mean, if there was one song I would have been fine with them using, it would have been Scatman's World, but that's like it.
Yeah, or Gangster's Paradise.
Oh god, I would have actually
because that was in the Sonic trailer. That is probably Matt Pat of Total Drama. There's it's still at my mom's place, and I gotta move it at some point, but I don't know, I can't fit anywhere. Because I worked at the movie theater, I have the realistic muscly leg Sonic standee, like before he got redesigned.
Oh god.
And the title at the bottom, or the release date is the date it was gonna come out before the delay to fix it.
Yeah.
So I have that. And it's like really cool that like it's not pre-released, but before they changed it, and it's like an iconic thing. But it's huge. It's like a movie theater standee, and it only fits in my mom's basement.
It's cool you have it though.
Celine Dion music store standees. The way he says that always, like he says the words with a weird cadence.
Yeah, he does. Celine Dion music store standees.
Celine Dion. Celine, yeah.
She's nice.
Yeah, she's not gonna hurt. That's a thing that doesn't. And also, they play like a Titanic ripoff, or like a
I love that scene
bootleg
so
one
much.
after. I love your setup.
Thanks, Total Drama Guy. Wait, what'd you say?
I love your setup.
It's just like that's just a room in my
I know.
house.
I
but,
film all my shit on green screen, but I have I want to show this without showing the cork board, but oh shit, hold on. Let me. If you can look on stream, I'm gonna show. Let me get rid of the green screen real quick. I don't think I've done like a tour like this, and now's as good a time as any.
All right.
Because I have a lot of cool shit set up here.
Oh, nice CRTV.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the thing is that I have these next to each other.
And a Virtual Boy. All right.
And I have the HDMI. Uh-oh. I
Just
pulled
be
it.
careful
I pulled
not
it
to
too
show
far.
the cork board.
Yeah, the
Are
cork
those
board.
drums?
Cork board. Oh. I'm moving it ever so slightly, but it's not cooperating. Hold on. Fuck! Come on. Hold on, let me.
What's that gigantic tweet?
Oh, I'll show you. I gotta bring it back up. I could definitely 1 sec. Uh-oh. No, that's fine. Fucking come on. 4 fucking seconds. It's like coming unplugged. Oh, we can't have black screen. There's only so much time left in the stream. Come on.
Is it like your camera is like getting disconnected or something?
It's just like, yeah, it's not... Why is it not doing that? Did I... Maybe I pulled it too far. Maybe we didn't sing it right. Oh, there we go. Okay, well that's...
I just saw like a glimpse of a carpet.
Yeah, let me just grab the camera out of the tripod. See if I can do this properly. I have... How far can I move this? Okay. Fuck off! Come on. Why, when I turn it, that's so weird. Okay.
So is that the green?
I don't know if you can see it, but the tweet says, "Me and my friends would have beat ET with hammers, I could tell you that much." Up there is the Infinity Gauntlet loot crate thing, oven mitt, that does not work and will burn your hands. But anyway, I have the CRT games the HDMI games set up on the HDMI TV, and then all the games that can be played on CRT are there. And they all have little trinkets coinciding with their console.
Geno.
So yeah, Geno's on the SNES. I have Diddy. I got a bunch of Mario Kart characters. So I put Toad and Diddy Kong in their cars on the N64 because Diddy Kong Racing and Toad is in 64. And I don't know if you can see there, but I have Waluigi in a car on top of the Wii.
Let me see. Oh, I can vaguely see something. Yeah.
I also have the Gen 3 Pokemon Legendaries on my GameCubes.
Nice.
And then on... This thing is very hot. I have Spider-Man and Green Goblin on the PlayStation. It's a mess over there, but I have... If you could see my game collection a little bit, it's mostly... Can I turn that? Yeah, it's mostly... No, that's the focus. Mostly N64, but you can kind of see... It's not going to focus because it's far away, but...
Yeah.
There's that. I have my little Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom and my fish. What else? There's stuff around.
Doing in the bathroom is just wasteful and unsanitary.
It's true. Well, you should do it. You should do it on those like baby changing things, like that you find in bathrooms.
Those are sanitary.
No, they're not.
Do like found footage.
That's how you do it. That's how the partiers do it. Oh my god, bro! It's switchy on
this. It's a cursed. It's an ARG. So yeah, this is green screen.
It's a bad idea to do it in a place where there's like a fan or something that could blow it around, including vents in bathrooms. Definitely not saying from personal experience.
Cocaine? Yeah, no, I get that. Ignore what you just saw.
Totally not speaking from... Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I didn't see anything.
Perfect. I get it. But I have a bunch of trinkets that I got from my loot crate as a kid on the TV that are like kind of like, some of them I like the Planet Express and the little Adult Swim figures I got from Carl's Jr. but some of them are just like, oh, Groot, bobblehead, Han Solo. Like, those I like, but then there's Doc Brown, Wolverine, Rick from Rick and Morty, Predator, Michelangelo, who I have because they look cool, but I don't really care about those characters. I just have those.
Uh-huh.
And I have Ice King on top, which... and I didn't show the Xbox ones, but I have Pip-Boy and Ezio, I think, and I've never even played an Assassin's Creed game. I just have a lot of trinkets.
Yeah.
But I like to personalize it a little more. I would like to, like... I mean, the character and the story of, like, my videos is that I'm, like, a guy trapped in, like, a void being forced to talk about stuff on, like, a ship. But at some point, if the canon ever moves forward more, and I get, like, the character gets out, I would love to have a set of, like, actual shit. Like, do the Nintendo YouTuber thing and have the bookshelf of games behind me.
Yeah. No, so do you actually have, like, anything?
You cut out.
Sorry, do you have, like, a thought through, like, lore or anything? Yeah. Discord,
yes.
like, automatic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do. I think I once tried something like that, but
The thing is, a lot of the lore started in some videos that are, like, privated now.
Oh.
But, people can get the gist, I guess. Like, all the ones that I thought were... Maybe I'll put them back up, or, like, unlist them and put them in, like, a lore playlist.
Okay.
Because I gotta watch them again to see if they're appropriate. Because, I mean, 2019, I was like, what if we were edgy, though? And it wasn't...
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta do those.
You can always just do like a video with the lore bits pulled out.
I thought about doing that
Although
for
that
like
would
the
be
anniversary.
more work.
Yeah, I would have to edit. But like, there's only because now the lore was all the characters, but now it's just me. I could just like kind of like soft reboot or just show the lore parts that are important to like my character.
Yeah.
Which I think it's mostly just the universe
Like
mode videos
previously on
and the announcements. I will say, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Where is it? I like how this turned out. I really like this one. The Where Did It Go? The Gone video.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
I got my roommate acted in it. He's not a great actor, but he is a good sport. I like how this... I would love to do more shit like this. Like,
oh, good, you're back.
Because
Andrew,
it's
where's
one
the
thing
house?
to,
Oh, you noticed that, huh?
What did I just do?
Well, be honest, I was kind of
Oh,
hoping
fuck,
you
I got
wouldn't
rid of
notice.
it.
It was
I'll
here
fix
when I
that
left
later.
the gym this morning.
I know, I said that again.
Where like I like doing the videos I'm doing now, and I do them in front of a green screen. But I wish I gave myself more time to like film on
Exact
location.
same thing. I was like, I
because the
definitely
Clone Wars video, I'm like, oh, I'm on a planet. And I'm just in a parking lot.
remember there being a bunch of stuff here. What happened? I'm still working out the details.
In California, there was a lot of cool spots.
That's not exactly
We're
the
moving now.
worst
Oh, the intern.
representation
Yeah,
of
he's in the
Earth.
suitcase.
Yeah.
That one I don't even want to get into.
I'm
Well,
still
what are
very
we supposed to do
salty
now?
that we require cars to get around everywhere, and I'm not
And
allowed to operate them legally.
There's some stuff that was,
yeah.
like, I feel like people, I don't know if anyone noticed it or like mentioned anything, but the color correction in this is very purposeful. Like I
assumed
I
it was.
wanted to make this character look as fucking freaky as possible. So he's got like Monsters Inc. like red lips, and the yellow stands out so much more.
It looks cool, actually.
I love this. I want to do so much more stuff like this. This is important.
You're free to go. What? I said.
Oh, I forgot
free
to
to
mention
go.
something
You're
that
relieved
you
of
got.
your duties.
That,
What do you mean,
I'm pretty
go
sure you'll
home?
find interesting.
Okay,
I got to
well,
go
I
to see
guess
one of my
I'll-
favorite musicals the other a
what?
week ago.
Sorry?
I got to see one of my favorite musicals live the other like a week ago.
Which one?
Nice.
6.
Nice. Let's go. Oh. This,
It was
okay,
awesome.
28, 34. So they're making progress. I think once I'm off my computer, I'm definitely going to sleep after this because there's nothing else I can do.
I don't blame you. I've been like that before.
Good times.
But
Andrew, I don't have a
there's
place
like, I privated most of these videos just because the era's moved, but I did like doing a bunch of stuff in California. We had a lot of fun doing this.
Oh, dude, and this year I'm going to California to be in a movie. I love telling people that.
What movie?
So it's a film my friend's working on, but it actually has like a lot of like. So it's being produced by Mark Wolf, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And it, like there's an actress from Breaking Bad in it. I think she's the one that played like Saul's Saul's kind of like front desk lady.
Oh.
I think so, something like that. There's like Ann Ryerman, I think that's her name. So there's like a lot of actually like real names in it, so it's crazy to think about.
That's cool. What are you doing?
Oh, it's just a cameo, but it's just like, but it's one of my best friends, so it's like, yeah, dude, I'll totally go and just be like a cameo role in the beginning. Just for the fun of it.
I'd love to go to like a film festival. Oh, I have this too. It's holding up my Wacom right now, so I'm gonna try and not knock it over, but I'm more similar. I don't know what the fuck I just did. Let me try and fix this again. Whatever. No, I need the fucking camera to okay. I'm more similar to like my new roommates, but I was definitely a lot closer with like this roommate in particular. And this is Kyle, one of my best friends. We got very close. And I was just on stream one day, and I liked having this setup too of stuff behind me. But people would just come in the door while I was streaming. And one day I was just streaming and it was like, hey, I don't know where they got it or how, but he just gave me this. Which is a bowling pin. Like an actual fucking bowling pin.
That's funny.
It's like hard, and I don't know how he got it, but I have this now and I kept it. And most of the shit on the wall over there, even like the weird looking Hank Hill, was like from just like gifts and shit. My buddy Will. We did get my buddies Will and Chris to visit. It was fun for a while. Like I like a lot of these videos, but that was the other. Oh,
they're more personal and stuff.
Huh?
Like they're more personal and stuff.
Not more personal. It's just not the direction my content really is anymore. I want to see if I still have because it's another lore video, a scripted one. When we first moved into the house, the gimmick we did. I'll end the stream after this because we've been going for a while. But
okay.
I've removed a couple of my old fan works that I don't believe represent my work anymore.
Yeah, and they're just stuff like. There was like a video I watched, like, because I made other video essays, or not, just review stuff too, and I was like reading like an IGN list or whatever, and it said like Fortnite was a good game, and I'm like, Fortnite's cringe, am I right, guys? And it's like, I don't know, I don't think that anymore. I still don't like it, but I'm not like bandwagony.
What's up, boys? It's me, your boy.
So this was
I think it occurred to me that like Fortnite was going through back then the same thing like Minecraft was going through in 2013.
This is where we lived, and it was the shitty. I'm the worst apartment ever. There were cockroaches. We had no air conditioning. It was 100 degrees.
Oh god.
We lived in squalor basically, but the gimmick is that like, oh, this is our content mansion.
And I'm Kyle.
Now, as you know,
we both have a lot of money, all of which we obtained completely legally.
And I would like to do more sketch comedy, like scripted content too, because I really like that.
I think you should call me boss.
Dude, here's a funny idea. We should do a video where we summon a demon to give us Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, and then we kill a guy and take the tickets from his ass.
Yeah,
I think I already used that video for another one of my subsidiaries.
And that's why we built this content house.
That took a second. Oh, dude, I love the fucking like mansion footage.
Yeah. Just someone else's.
We didn't build this.
But they don't know that. I know we just released the.
I covered our address with the picture of. Nobody noticed this, but that weird Sonic guy who's dressed like Sonic who's eating a chili dog.
That being said, we did have some fun memories in that house.
We sure did, Kyle. So now let's take a moment to look back at all the fond memories. Bow your head, please.
I slept on the couch in this previous apartment, and we watched the Snyder Cut, and that was pretty much it. And then we recorded a podcast.
I don't want to like tell you what you should have done, but if I really had to make that joke, I would have been like all the fond memories, and it's like someone in that house being like, "All right, we're leaving." And that's like
the fond memories were 3 clips,
3 videos.
When it cuts, is like that was like 3 videos.
We can't show you yet because we're not allowed to.
I think it's about time we show you what our crib looks like.
Well, that was nice. Time to. Well, this was a nice place to stay. Let's sleep.
Oh hi, welcome to the boys.
We didn't have furniture yet either.
Content house. I'm glad
except for that table.
Let me give you the tour. When I started this company,
I
had
lens
one
flare.
simple idea: get as much
Did you
money as
have like
possible by
loud
any
next
means
door
necessary.
neighbors?
The lady that lived below us had like 18 dogs, and they were in cages stacked on top of each other against the window like a zoo, and then they barked all the time, and she would scream at people that would look in her window, even though she left her blinds open and had a bunch of dogs there. She sucked. I hated her.
And this is what we call our G Fuel room, the room where we make experimental new G Fuel flavors. By contract, we're technically only allowed to consume G Fuel products, which is kind of a problem because it's all liquid and I have diabetes.
Always came back at like 3 in the morning from drinking.
Ever since I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to be a part of a channel called Boys Hub.
First off, I was in classes with them after that, so they were half drunk during class.
This is the Among Us room, the room where we're gonna spend all of our time playing hit game Among Us.
This was like a parody of something that was happening around the time of like YouTube gamer houses of like Among Us and G Fuel.
Nothing, man. Can you just go back to your room? We're almost done.
I
You
love
always
this cut, by the way. I don't want to ruin it, but
Stupid content house tour.
well, it's not a stupid content house tour, right? It's gonna be really cool, and you're gonna be super jealous with.
I honestly don't know what they're talking about almost all of the time, and it's honestly annoying.
In here is where we do all of our charity work, but as you can see, someone sealed it shut. It does not open. Obviously, my fans mean a lot to me. How else would I be making all this money?
But you said you got it on a booze cruise.
Huh? And this is the Fortnite room.
You see that over there? That's Minecraft.
This really is an honor. I've always wanted to work for PewDiePie.
No, we're not. Now, we've shown you a lot already, and there's still so much more to show you, but I'm getting a little bit too excited. I think it's time we...
I miss when, like, sketch content was more popular.
Welcome
I know.
to...
Like, this is an important... That was my room. But yeah, I would, oh man, I would love to continue doing this. I love writing too. Sorry, I know I'm just showing my own shit, but...
No, dude, it's cool.
But one of the, that's not a video essay, one of my favorite things. I think it's the first commercial collection. Where was it? That we did for like one of the April Fool's things. We just
Blue Bunny, we test to make...
The April Fool's bit is that we would like do like a fake cable broadcast of like our own videos, but then would make fake commercials for in between. So they're like very like Tim and Eric like esque commercials.
Oh, hey, what you doing there? My name's Tony Chung, owner of the most authentic Chinese restaurant here in New York City. I was raised by Diane and Bobby Chong in Eastern China with no rabimbi to my name. I was poor and depressed, but then I said, forget about it. And
I like this character I wrote too, where it's just like authentic Chinese like culture, and it's just like a very New York person.
Integrity, Junji, a Chinese philosopher, Zhuangzi, another Chinese philosopher. And America. So come on down to Tony's Genuine Pizza Restaurant to get the genuine Chinese experience.
The logo is the face. Oh man, I really do miss doing this.
Used to be weak.
On the Club Penguin Dojo music, I think I heard that in my head before I actually heard it in the video.
That's crazy.
Twink. Get hit with it every night.
I was like, this guy is so gonna use the Club Penguin Dojo music.
You too can learn self-defense, like I did, by buying my self-defense tapes. Learn techniques such as the windmill, the wrist flap, block, the fetal position, the jump, block, the Pan's Labyrinth, block, block. Use these techniques to scare away bullies and criminals. They won't even get
What was the regular show thing where they were like learning those martial arts things?
That God hates you. Never again will you wonder,
I know what you're talking
am I
about.
going to the
With the
hospital
jorts.
today? My self-defense tips will cut your trips to the hospital in half. Never again will you feel fear. From now on, all you'll feel, is not fear. Sensei Hubert Dwayne will teach you the ropes. Pick up one of my tapes from your local garage sale, and you'll be on your way. Mom said I'm not allowed to sell them at the real stores.
Do you not want your maid to know you're
I like
gross?
pre-made, too.
Everyone knows it's common courtesy to pre-clean your house before a maid shows
Faye
up.
did a
so she doesn't
fantastic
think
job.
You're gross.
That's why I love like working with my friends too. Is that like I know how to drag good performances out, and like Zach and Faye are like perfect for
We'll
this.
send another maid to pre-clean your house. Pre-maid! We can assure you, you will not get the same maid that will come post-clean your house. That would be embarrassing, and real maids don't work for us. Pre-maid guarantees that our maids will clean your house just a little bit, but not enough to fully clean it, just enough that your maids won't silently judge you. Nobody likes a judgy maid. That's why all our maids are legally blind. They can't see how much of a mess you are, but still have a sense to clean your home. You're gross as shit. We all are. But that's what pre-maid's for. Pre-maid! They honestly probably won't even clean your house. Pre-maid! Come and get a pre-maid to pre-clean your home.
Like,
so
for
the
all
real
the
maid
gross
doesn't
backgrounds, I use, like, those 4chan pictures.
You what post won't even clean your house.
Like that one.
Hey, come and get a pre-maid to pre-clean your home so the real maid doesn't judge you while post-cleaning. Pre-maid!
First, I have to prove my work. Super straw. This be able to so don't doze off. Every other straw is for drinking.
Spy
The rest
TF2
are for breathing.
cigarettes.
So you want to make sure you only breathe through the designated breathing straws, or you will drown. Insert the super straw, put the other end in your drink of choice, and slurp away. Never again will you have drinking problems. Go rush
My
it now
camera's
because
going
we have a
manners.
very limited.
Make me feel better.
Oh yeah, the Mr. Boo Burger. I like shooting horror too. God, I just want to do this still.
Mr. Boo Burger, what are you doing here? Yeah, I'm just not having a very good day. You really think you can make me feel better? A corn dog burger. Thank you so much, Mr. Boo Burger.
I just don't understand these problems. Mr. Boo Burger, are you here to help me with my homework? Oh, okay, cool. A corn dog burger.
There's a lot of sparkles right here because you could see the camera in the reflection.
But
you
Oh, it's so funny.
Thanks.
This is the Gygus. I like how the logos. I love. That's a joke I will always reuse, where a logo just
This
becomes.
game is way too slow.
And this controller doesn't have enough buttons.
No.
It's almost like it doesn't have enough power.
I like this set too that we
That
had.
doesn't matter. What does matter is that the Freedom Core has speed. The Freedom
I'm
Core
gonna head out. I
controller
need
has a ton of
to
buttons.
finish cleaning my room.
But does
Sure,
it have
no
So I have
worries.
to empty the
You
my
wanna
room.
see-
Yeah, I'm actually gonna hop out in a bit.
Yeah, I gotta shut this down too. We've been here long enough, and I gotta
Alright.
I gotta sleep. And it's in
I'll
this
see you.
span of
Good
the
luck with the
stream,
upload.
I've had natural light coming in, and,
Yeah.
and now it's rainy and it's gone.
All
But
right.
we've thoroughly passed the time on this stream. Thanks everyone for coming out. I had a
All
lot
right,
of
man.
fun. I want to do this more often. I mean, I know I got a lot of games to play, but I got to do this every now and then at least.
For sure.
All right. Well,
See you around, man.
guys
I'm out.
later. I've left the call, and now seems as good a time as any to stop the stream. Now you keep making sketch comedy with your Smosh channel. Exactly. I sure hope that's not going to affect the video upload. Anyway, I'm going to keep talking and then end the stream at a random moment, so you won't know when. But next time.